everyone. Good evening. It is Friday, the last day in March. Tomorrow is April 1st. So if you have any good April Fool's Day jokes planned, that's the time to use them. Hi everyone, how are you? Today we're going to be coloring in Worlds of Wonder, but we're going to chat for a minute. I'm going to look through chat. We will discuss the poll, and we're going to take a quick little look-see at Alien Worlds because I finally got my hands on it. But first things first, let's say hi to everyone. So let's see, Ev first in chat. Hello, Ev. And also, while we're going through this, I will leave the poll up for what color sky you want to do until we start coloring. So if you haven't voted yet, there's a poll at the top. If you don't see it, maybe try refreshing your chat. But there's a poll at the top where you get to vote for what color sky we're going to do today. So there's pink and yellow, green and purple, all the colors in Galaxy. And right now, pink and yellow, green and purple and Galaxy are all tied. So someone's got to break the tie. Let's see. So question of the day today is, would you rather only ever be able to color outside on a really windy day, or only be able to color when your pet is constantly laying on the majority of the page? Now, when I imagine a windy day, not like freezing cold, it's like one of those nice spring days where it's really nice outside and the wind feels good, but there's a lot of wind, like enough that you probably have to like use something to weight down your page or keep your pencils from rolling away. Let's see. Ev says, question of the day, windy day as long as it's warm. There you go. I love my cats, but they're a distraction. Would never get any coloring done with them there. See, I'd be afraid. Paul is like, you've seen him. If I shift him too much, he's like, I'm gonna bite you. I'm like, oh, okay, at least the wind isn't biting me. Let's see. Leanne, she says, I'd rather say cat lane. Oh, I'd have to say cat laying on the page. My cat has to be close to me no matter what I'm doing, so I'm used to that, although I'd like to be able to go to the bathroom by myself sometimes. Sounds like being a parent. Megan, hello. She says, question of the day for sure, or windy day for sure. Love my cats, but no. Let's see. Heather says, I think I would take windy day over having my cat or dog laying on my project. I already have a hard enough time coloring with a toddler sitting in my lap. Oh man, and with the toddler, they're like grabbing at the pencils and dumping over the cup of water. Yeah, it's chaos. Brooke says, oh wait, I lost it. Hang on. Brooke says, color with my pet laying on the page. I'd be cold in the wind. Good evening. We're all well. Can't believe tomorrow's April 1st, right? Mary Kay says, pet laying on my page. Says, hi Emily and everyone. Happy Friday. Rosalind says, hi everyone. Actually managed to have a stream that isn't at 3 a.m. my time. Yay! Let's see. Brooke said, had to switch to my iPad. Sounds good. Waterette says, if it was windy like today, I would opt for pet. However, my pet is a fish. Yeah, that might get complicated if your pet is a fish. Maybe if there's like the fish is in the bowl, because I feel like it would just turn tragic if the fish wasn't in the bowl. Shannon says pet, of course. Renee says windy. See, I love it. I love it when I can come up with one when everybody's like kind of split down the middle. Let's see. Megan, hello. Brooke, hello. Fabiola, hello. Let's see. Melissa, hello. Bonnie, hello. Let's see. Rosalind says, pet, we have a big Labrador ex-greyhound. Is he? Oh, a cross with a greyhound. I gotcha. Wouldn't take much for him to take up most of my page, right? Carol, hello. Bonnie says, Chris, today, cat, I'm used to it, right? I know, like, I'd be afraid with Paul being on there, but I don't know. I suppose I could clip it down. I'd have to, like, put my hair in a hat so it wasn't driving me crazy. How are you, Sherry? Stepped away to let Mr. Riggs out. Sounds good. All right. Well, like I said, make sure that you vote right now. Looks like we have Galaxy Sky in the lead. If you didn't see the picture at the beginning of stream, we are going to be doing, it's in the Worlds of Wonder. We're going to be doing this page. So the options are pink and yellow, green and purple, all the colors, and Galaxy. So drop your vote in the poll, and that is, we'll end the poll when we're done doing a quick little flip through. Hi, Dawn. Chewini's on top of my there you go. Hi, Bev. So I got my copy of Alien Worlds. Now, I wouldn't call it an unpopular opinion because I feel like it's a positive thing, but I do know not just within the tight community with there's a few of us streamers that all kind of share stuff, but I know like even Claire was saying like it's just, I know for some people out there it is not their cup of tea, but here's why I like this book. Now it's no secret that I like sci-fi, that I like anything I vote for sure to lose. Oh no. Here's the thing I like about it. So don't get me wrong, there are some, like I would never, okay, See, I did that one. I'll show it here in a second. But like, I would never color this one because I don't like things that are, I don't know, scary looking. Like, I don't want what I'm coloring to give me nightmares. So I can do without the kind of scarier looking aliens. But the reason that I like this book is because it eliminates the issue of what color do I color this? What color is this flower? It can literally be anything. Like this is an entirely new planet. Forget everything you know about Earth. For all you know, the aliens on whatever this planet is doesn't even breathe oxygen. They breathe some sort of new element called Herdeflurdeburger. That's the new element. Anyway, but the point is, it's literally more than sky's the limit because that sky could be anything. The ships, maybe they're not made of metal. Maybe they're made of wood. In fact, this one has like cool, maybe it's made of fur. I mean, look at the lines on here. I mean, it's anybody's. I feel like this book just really gives the opportunity for your imagination to go wild. Like, don't even think about what it should be colored. Sure, this looks metallic, but you know, this looks like a mushroom and I colored it blue. I mean, I don't know what this is, but it could have been rock, but I colored it more, you know, natural colors. So I say if these kind of images are your thing, take it as an opportunity to just go nuts with your color. Or Claire had mentioned using something like deco foil on it. Like, it's an opportunity. It's not an ostrich. It's an opportunity to just go to town. I mean, sure, this looks like it could be rock, but maybe it's like some sort of liquid that's kind of solid and it's rainbow color. Like, it's nothing that says these have to be rocks. Maybe it's, the point is, with it being an alien world, it can literally be anything you want. Think of like Avatar, okay? I mean, everything there is like blue, the plants are alive. So again, like the whole kind of scary stuff, that's not my cup of tea. I like things, you know, soft and cuddly and safe and everything else. Like maybe I'd get rid of his sharp teeth. But if sci-fi isn't your thing, like, see, I think this one could be really cool. Then, you know, obviously he has loads of other books. This isn't going to be his last book for a while, but there were definitely aspects to this book that appealed to me. Speaking of Kirby, hi, Emily. So there are two events that are coming up. One is Shannon's, and actually, so Shannon, my OCD of needing to put things all on one page, I squeezed it all onto one page and printed it out. So this event is called 2 Weeks with Kirby. And this is coming up starting on April 10th, and it will last through the 24th. Now, it's not like Colorathon or Streamathon where like we're all like back to back to back smashed into a weekend. This is over the course of, well, the 10th to the 24th, and everybody's going to be in the kind of their natural, everyone's going to be in their natural streaming slot. So the link for this is in the description below. This will pull up, and so you can see the 10th through the 16th, these are the days of people that are streaming, same with here. And then Monday, the 24th, there's going to be 4 people streaming. Links to all of their channels will be with the link in the description below as well. Terrifying angel thing from Doctor Who. Okay, well that was a little creepy, but it's Doctor Who, as well as their times and everything else. I don't know if anybody, I mean, I haven't chosen my page yet either, but the link for this one is in the description below. So, you know, lots of new streamers. So if you're looking for someone new, like I haven't gone through and added people yet, but I am unfamiliar with Jazz and I am unfamiliar with Amy. I think I know everybody else. So I'm going to be taking a look at those ones and seeing, well, who they are, checking out their channel. The other kind of, I say event loosely because it's not like a scheduled thing like this, but it's a type of event where My Colorful Country Life, yes, links are clickable in the document. Yeah, because when I printed mine, they're blue and underlined, and that means that they're going to be clickable. So like I said, the link for it is in the description below. So, you know, mark your calendars, follow some channels if they're new, you know, give them a chance, check them out. But the other one is My Colorful Country Life is pairing with, oh, I'm drawing a blank on her name. I have the name in the description below, but they're doing it together. And the idea is each of them put up a video. So My Colorful Country Life is taking care of the first half of the book, and the other girl is taking care of the other half of the book. And the idea is everybody that wants to be a part of it is getting assigned a page in the book. And it's kind of like that collaboration book for Johanna that like went around the world, took 4 years to finish. Thank you. Yeah, Happiness Colors Kirby, that's what it is. So it took 4 years to finish, and then eventually they sent the finished book to Johanna. But the idea that they want to do now is do it digitally. So you color it, you know, if you have the book, you know, whatever page that you choose, like you can give her like your top 3, and then she'll give you a page that, you know, isn't taken yet or whatever else. I was lucky, and I already started this one when I saw it, and I said, hey, is anybody taking page 39? She said, no, so mine's already done. But what they're going to do afterwards is they're going to compile them all into one video, and then she's going to get that video to Kirby to kind of, you know, to kind of honor his last hoorah of books. I think he has another compilation book coming out, but as far as brand new books, he's taking a break. So this is kind of their way to kind of honor him. So Ness only does Kirby Roseanne stuff, also coffee, and I'll explain why in a little while. But yeah, so those are 2 events. The one with My Colorful Country Life, it's all about alien worlds. The one with Shannon is just Kirby, so it can be any of his books that that we're choosing from. But anyway, yeah, so this was the page that I already posted this on my Instagram. The lighting's better in the picture. Well, I guess it's kind of similar. But anyway, this was my page that I finished. I was flipping through, and it called out to me, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna have fun with it, which is why we are doing a watercolor pencil background, because I was doing this back here, and I was like, you know, I did this kind of quietly by myself, but I didn't really show anybody how, yeah, get your Kirby on, people. It is all Kirby all month for sure. I didn't really show anybody how I did it. Like I did a little bit, but it was just Tanya. Aw, thanks, Melissa. Anyway, so what I did here is kind of what we're gonna do in this one, but that's why I have the poll up. Looks like Galaxy is winning right now. So if you haven't voted yet, go pop your vote in there. The choices are pink and yellow, green and purple, all the colors, or Galaxy. So Galaxy's in the lead, followed ish by pink and yellow. It's all pretty close. Honestly, a few people could probably change it. It's not an ostrich. It looks like a mushroom, like a melty kind of mushroom. Anyway, I'm not going to do a full flip through just because there's been quite a few of them on there. So, you know, get the book, don't get the book, whatever is your cup of tea. But I feel like it is although some of the aliens art for me, a lot of the book is just a fantastic opportunity to just go wild with your color choices. I mean, like I said, I basically, I mean, I don't know if it is a mushroom. I felt like it looked like a mushroom, but you know, we did lots of soft kind of pinky colors. I don't know, I just kind of I did whatever, so. Thanks. Hi, Marcy. But yeah, so that's that. So we are going to be using, the pencils we're using tonight are the Derwent watercolor pencils, and we are going to be coloring directly on the page, but I also like to use these kind of like their mobile palettes where like I'll hold the pencil over and I'll put, you know, use the paintbrush directly on the pencil, and then I'll touch up spots where I want it to be. We have our heat gun. We're going to be using water brushes. I have a regular brush on hand. I didn't actually link this one below because I just grabbed it. I don't think we'll use it, but I grabbed it just in case for some reason I need to quickly switch it up. But what we're using as far as water brushes, this is an Arteza brush, that water brush that is flat. The link for that one is in the description below. This is just a Faber-Castell one that I had. I don't remember. I want to say these. Oh, you know what? I think this one came from the Gelatos. Anyway, I have this one also linked down below. Hi, Deborah. Dreaded laundry. Question day, my pet on the page happens now. So there you go. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I feel like that's it. I think for those that coloring it isn't something that's really appealing to them, I think that they can definitely enjoy the pages that everyone has done. Oh, I'm sorry, Minty. Kara, hello. Ronnie, hello. All right, so let's take a look at the vote here. Everything was pretty close. If one more person, and there's 50. Ooh, that person voted for pink and yellow. Oh man, should we give it a little bit longer? I don't know. I see 50 votes and 56 people in chat, so I'm just saying, those 6 of you that haven't voted, you could sway the whole evening. Nice, Minty. But yeah, coffee tonight, because I don't think it should affect next Wednesday's stream. But we had about a week with nobody sick. And then little Steve woke up this morning and he had a fever and he had a headache and he was having some aches and pains. So we took him to the doctor and they checked for strep. Wasn't that? Checked for COVID. It wasn't that. But it was in fact the flu. So we got our flu shot. So I'm hoping that it's going to be, hi Deborah, that it's going to be mild. We're going to have, we got him on lots of stuff. He can't do Tamiflu. It gave him some pretty awful nightmares when he was younger. So we don't do Tamiflu, but yeah, the doctor gave us some other stuff. So we're hoping we can get everyone through it. Now, whether or not the rest of us are going to get it, I don't know. Like I said, we all got our flu shots, and Steve and I were able to skate out the last one. So fingers crossed, because my parents are supposed to be coming to visit for my birthday and for Easter. They'll still visit. We just might have to push it a little bit. So fingers crossed that everything just goes smoothly. I hate seeing him, suffer and just everything. And he's over it. That poor little guy cannot catch a break, man. Hi, Frederica. Yeah, that's what I've read, Deborah. Despite because the flu shot only covers certain strains, but having that flu shot is going to make it not be as bad as it could be. So, any plans for Easter weekend? Yeah. So my parents are supposed to be here, but if little Steve has enough time to get well before they get here, and they could still come, but it's a question of, will any of the rest of us come down with it? Because if it's staggered, it's going to take us a lot longer to get over this. So we'll play it by ear. We can't really make any plans one way or the other yet, because we need to wait and see how this all plays out. But we'll see. I mean, we all live in the same house. Odds are we've been exposed already. So it's just lots of fluids, matter of time. But that means coffee, because I'm going to be up late tonight keeping an eye on him, because the first couple of days, Steve and I kind of switch back and forth. I'm better at staying up late and tending to the kids, and he's better at getting up early in the morning to tend to the kids. So we kind of switch out. But the first couple of days, whenever one of the kids are sick, that's when the fevers are the most we need to keep a close eye on them. So Louise, 2:47 a.m. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so hi Clarice. Guys, if you haven't voted yet, oh wow, most everybody has voted. Oh, and look at that, Galaxy is blown out of the water. I think we'll end up doing a Galaxy. But maybe because pink and yellow was second, we can do pink and yellow clouds. How's that sound? I think that sounds good. Let's go ahead and end the poll. Call it Galaxy is winning. But anyway, that's where the Illustrator household is at. So fingers crossed. It is a quick turnaround, and we can get through this pretty quickly. All right, so I am ready to jump in with some coloring / painting. So if I were to take this out of the book, I don't think I want to, because I've kept a lot of these pages in here, but if I were to take it out, you could tape on the sides. Now I use a, hi Elizabeth, welcome. I use a heat gun, and a lot of times the heat gun makes the tape come up anyway. So if you are going to color directly in the book, Johanna's books are great for this, Kirby's books are great for this. It's really nice thick paper. So although you do still need to be careful how much water you're putting down, it can take it. Things to watch out for when you are using water in your coloring books, if they're not, specific, because there are some specifically watercolor coloring books out there. But things to look out for is if your paper starts to pill up, and that's basically when the fiber of the paper starts to break down, and you get these little almost like balls of fiber, and you can see when it starts to kind of break down. Also, when your pages start to wrinkle. So the best recommendation I have is be aware of how much water you're using. So that's when a water brush is really handy, because they don't necessarily let out as much water as a regular paintbrush does. Everybody kind of has their own thing that they're comfortable with. For me, I want to use a water brush in there because I feel like I can control the water just a little bit more. What I also do is I use, this is just, I don't know that I have the heat gun listed. This is a Chandler tool. I think I got it on Amazon. It's just a heat gun. You could also use a blow dryer. The difference between the blow dryer and the heat gun is, one, the heat gun is hotter, and two, the air that's blown out of the heat gun isn't nearly as strong as something like a blow dryer. So things to keep in mind for that, but they basically do the same thing. The other thing that I'm going to have on hand, oh nice, Minty. The other thing, if I suddenly disappear, it's because we're having really nasty storms. Yeah, Ev, we are in a tornado watch until 9. Well, I guess it's until 9. We were supposed to have a big storm, but yeah, it's kind of floating everywhere right now. I'm going to be using this ceramic palette. I think I have this in the description below, but if not, it is. Sorry, I tried to grab all the links, but every now and then it's just like things that I always use. I'm kind of just like, you know, whatever about it. But this is, oh, actually, exclamation point palette. Exclamation point palette. I think that'll bring up the link for it. But anyway, I like to have a ceramic palette next to me so I can control how much paint is on my brush when I get to the point where I am taking pigment directly from the pencil. Other tools I have with me, I've got a cup of water for 2 reasons. One, I can do a quick rinse of my brush if I really need to, but also these ones have a little hole on the top and they have a little grippy thing where you push it and then you suck up the water for it to fill. So I'm going to use that to fill it, but also to rinse my brushes if I need to. Last thing that I have on hand is this is an old towel. I have a ton of these everywhere because it was an old towel that was falling apart and I just chopped it up. I didn't hem it or anything. I literally just chopped them up and I put them in a box and I'm constantly grabbing them. So if you have an old towel, it's really handy to have it there, but you most definitely want to have a towel or paper towels or something so you can also, it helps you to control the flow of the water. So here is how this is going to go. For our, I got fuzzies from the towel. You could hem it, it'd probably keep the fuzzies from going everywhere. Hang on, last of the coffee. And it's gone. Let's see, Kristen says, "Hello, everyone in chat. So upset I bought the 72 Inktense and now they came out with 28 more. Well, open stock it is." Yeah, I heard, what is it, open stock? I think it's on Blink. I don't remember. Somebody mentioned open stock for it. The pencils that we are using today are the Derwent watercolor pencils. The set that I have is a 36 set, which is the set that I linked in the description. However, I believe there is a 72 count set of these. Now, I'm using these over the Inktense because the Inktense, one, I only have 12 of them. No open stock yet. I thought I saw somebody post that there was. I don't remember. Maybe it was Claire? Ooh, I can't remember. Don't take my word on that because I honestly, if I can find the post, I will share it like in the community tab or Discord or something. But the thing with the watercolor versus the Inktense, Inktense is not a watercolor pencil. It is literal ink. And so when you use that, one, it's very vibrant, so that's good, but it also doesn't really reactivate once you put it down on paper. This doesn't a ton, but it does some. Now, when you have something like a canvas, it's a lot easier to reactivate something. But what happens is any of the pigment, whether it be Inktense or watercolor, absorbs into the paper. So when you're doing your colors, move quickly because you want to get your soft blends before it dries hard. Otherwise, you're going to need to pile more paint on top. Now, one of the other things to keep in mind when you're using watercolor pencils, unless you are, and we're going to try to get something a bit more vibrant. So one of the things, like this one that I just finished, you'll see that there is not, there's not a super high and low contrast as there maybe would be with like markers or colored pencils. Now there still is some, I definitely have some darks and I have some lights, but because it's watercolor, it is naturally going to be slightly lighter pigment when it dries. And in fact, when you're using it and your paper is wet, it is gonna look so much darker when it's wet than when it's dry. So don't ever assume that when it's wet, that's the final look. You may end up needing to do multiple layers. So kind of take your time, dry in between your layers. The more the moisture that the paper has, the more it's gonna break down. So don't just, slap on a bunch of water, or I don't like to do where I make the paper wet first because it's just too much moisture for the coloring book pages. Like I said, most of these high quality coloring books like Johanna's or Kirby's or Maggie's or Millie Murata's, they're generally this really thick kind of paper. Now, I don't know the poundage of this paper. It's not as thick as my cardstock, but it is thick enough to take a certain level of water. So just be conscious as you're going along. So what we're gonna do is I'm not gonna worry about painting around the stars. I will, however, go around. If you're comfortable with it, I don't have any, I've only used it once or twice. Considering there's so little space, you could do a couple things to keep your paint off of like the balloons in the house if you want to avoid it. Number one, you could use washi tape on it. I wouldn't necessarily recommend painter's tape or masking tape because if you're not careful, You could peel up something. Sometimes on the edge of the page, it's okay because if it rips a little bit, it's just the edge of the page. It's not the end of the world. But you could do washi tape to cover it, or the other thing is masking fluid. So it's kind of your preference. For tonight, that's all a little bit too much work that I want to put into it. So we're just going to work on going around the balloons and the house. But I'm not going to worry about the stars because you could do masking fluid on the stars too. But honestly, I will probably use a white paint pen or a silver paint pen. The ones that I have been hooked on the last couple of days are these Pen Touch pens. I don't recall if I have a link for them in the bottom. But you can find them on Amazon. The original pack that I got was the copper, the silver, and the gold. I couldn't find it on Amazon last night because people were messaging me because I had put using the gold one in the stories and I didn't think to add a link. So still in my stories on Instagram, there is a link that sends you to a 4-pack of these ones. You're probably looking at around $15 to $18 depending on tax or your region for a 3 or 4-pack of these. The copper is a little too dull for my taste, and the white is not as opaque as I'd like. You have to do, I think maybe, but it wasn't anything that stood out to me. As far as white is concerned, I still prefer the Arteza white paint pens. The trick that I found of these, because I got a 12-pack, and at first I was like disappointed because they weren't as white. It was very liquidy. But the trick to the white paint pens for Arteza is you have to shake them and mix them up really well. And like when I say shake them, I don't mean just stop like now. Like I mean really shake it and shake it for like a solid 30 seconds to, you know, whatever. And then test it out on a piece of paper. So as far as white is concerned, I recommend the Arteza white acrylic paint pen. But if you're looking for something that isn't a gel pen, yes, white Posca, yeah, I mean, white Posca does work, and I think you can refill some of them, but generally my go-to is the Arteza one. But for silver and gold pens that aren't gel pens, I really like these. Now, something to be said for these do have a little bit of a scent. So if something like an alcohol marker gives you a headache, don't get these. If you want a gold ink that isn't a gel pen, go for the Winsor & Newton gold bottled ink. I think I put mine away. I don't have access to it right now. But actually, it might exclamation point gold or exclamation point gold ink in chat. That might bring it up. So we're probably going to find a use for these at some point. But the focus on tonight is going to be the background. So that's what we're going to start with. And we are going to start by laying in our kind of groups of color. Now, if you press really hard, I was hoping it was one of them, Renee. Hey, there it is. Exclamation point goldie, perfect. If you press really hard on your paper and get some really hard lines on it, when you use your water, those lines are going to show through. So my recommendation, when you are laying out your groups of color for something like a galaxy sky, which is what we're doing tonight, don't press too hard. White Sharpies are good. I haven't tried them. So for our galaxy color, we're definitely going to be using some black, obviously blues. This one is Prussian blue 35. So we have ivory black, Prussian blue. I don't actually have a color chart for these ones. There's so few of them that I kind of just, I don't know. It's like the Ergosoft. Like I have memorized what it is. I probably need to make a color. I might have a color chart for it on my website. I just don't use it just because I have these memorized. Okay, let's also grab ultramarine. We're gonna get a lot of blues. I wanna throw in some purples. So we're gonna use dark violet 25. Like I said, I have the 36 count set. If you have the larger set and have a wider variety of your blues and purples and darker colors, have at it. Like more power to you. Let's see, Kingfisher blue. We'll get a little bit of jade green. And let's throw in a little bit of the magenta 22. Night Dawn. Oh, was she? I'll have to look at it. Hi, Marilyn. Okay, and if I missed anyone coming in, I apologize. But yeah, so this is what we're doing tonight. So we're gonna start with, let's start with our ultramarine 29. So our goal for tonight is to get the sky done. And then if we have time, we're gonna go to the clouds. We won't be doing the balloons yet. We will continue this page on Wednesday. Let me look at the dates here. Wednesday. Oh no, wait, sorry. I was like, wait a minute, the 1st, but that was March. Okay, so Wednesday is the 5th. Oh, actually, no, I need to schedule it. Depending on how the kids are feeling, but I think Wednesday, we'll come back to this one, but I think Wednesday we're gonna do the birthday stream on that one because my birthday's this month, so that'll be birthday stream. And we are gonna do, for the birthday stream, if you have Rooms of Wonder, I already decided that we are going to do, for some reason I thought it was further away than that, like I'm all over the place. For the birthday stream, we're gonna do the party cake. So yeah, that's coming up. That'll be the day that we celebrate my birthday. All right, so like I said, we're gonna start with, was it ultramarine? Did I say ultramarine? Yeah, I said ultramarine. Yeah, birthday stream. Sounds good, Durban. Drive safe. Okay, let's zoom in only to where it's just not in frame. Because I'm gonna be moving around a lot and I don't wanna accidentally go out of the frame. There we go. Okay, that'll be good. All right, so for this, we could do, I don't think I wanna do anything kind of swirly. We're gonna be doing kind of natural size blotches. When is my birthday? This month. This month. I never really put what the exact day is. I like to keep a lot of my personal life stuff private, hence none of the kids' names, that kind of thing. But yes, this month. I think last year we did, birthday week kind of thing, but no, we're gonna pick a day that's close-ish to my actual birthday, and we're gonna do that on Wednesday. Also because as long as little Steve is feeling well enough, we'll have family here for my actual birthday. But yeah, Wednesday will be the birthday stream. I'm gonna be 37 this year. It's crazy. Working on a sewing project. Nice, Olivia. Hi, Gina. Oh, nice, Kim. Hey, April's a good month. Renee's birthday is this month too. What is the sewing project that you're working on? I am still working on crocheting granny squares to eventually make like either a sweater or a vest thing. I haven't decided. We'll see if I actually want to do 90 granny squares. I think I've done like 25 squares. Nice, Minty. Last year, your 20s, my goodness. Okay, so I am getting a little scratchy with the strokes. I need to go a little bit lighter, but I also want to get a lot of pigment. One of the things that I noticed with the sky that I did in the Kirby one is that I feel like I didn't put enough pigment down on the paper to begin with. So I am going to kind of slowly fade out the colors, but the nice thing is when you add water on it, the brush is actually going to blend your colors together. And then once we dry it, we can go ahead and I'm gonna use the pencils like I would a paint palette, and we're going to layer our colors on top of that. 64, nice. This month by Son. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, man. So yeah. 30, flirty, and thriving. Exactly. Working on a crib size quilt for a friend who's expecting her baby showers next weekend. So I'm running short on time. I've never quilted before, so it's been a process. Oh man, Olivia. Yeah, like getting those pieces to line up, it is rough. But you know, a baby size quilt, that's not too bad. That's nice and easy. All right, so now, like I said, I'm just gonna be taking this color and I'm gonna be doing kind of blotches of color, but we have 8 colors in total that we're going to fit on here. We may not do kind of circle-ish shapes for everything, but basically there's gonna be groups of colors. So it's gonna take us a little bit. We're gonna fill in all of the spaces and then we're gonna add our water. Like I said, I am dedicating this whole stream to strictly the sky. So, you know, if you feel like we're not making as much progress or we're maybe chatting too much, this is where I'm setting the bar for today. If you are just tuning in and you're like, holy heck, she's talking too much but not getting enough done. I'm gonna tell you right now, we'll be getting this guy done, and that's probably it. So, not that I'm referencing anything specific. Nope, I'd never do that. Oh no, you broke your wrist. Yeah, sing and dance the whole year away, exactly. I love it. When I'm 64, yup. Okay. See, like I said, I don't want it to be too scratchy, so it's not actually putting down a ton of pigment, but it's gonna darken up once we add the water. I know it. I know it. And these hands. I mean, my hands are in the live stream and everything. How dare I? I should just chop them. Use my elbows to color. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love the community to pieces, and like for the most part, y'all are fantastic. Every now and then, though, I'll get, and I know, like, it's the internet. You gotta have a thick skin. There was a lady that I was I can't remember what her name was, but she was a mom on Instagram, and a lot of her stuff is just like comedy stuff. And she has a segment where she goes, "Trolls of the week," and she literally just reads the troll comments and then responds to them. It's actually pretty funny. And I'm like, well, dang, she gets trolls of the week. I don't get that many of them. I need to just suck it up, move on. It's the internet. It's bound to happen. It is black nail polish. Yeah, this one is, where'd it go? Is this Party Bus? I can't remember. Yeah, it's Party Bus. That's this one. Boop. There it is, Party Bus. It's all super fun. Truth be told, I did a kind of cheater manicure, and I just laid the black on top of the previous color. Thanks, Bonnie. Yeah, I just put it on top of the purple that was already there. I went over the house a little bit, but it's okay. We're gonna be adding color on top of it all. But yeah, I was just like, well, dang, man, if she could put out a weekly segment and she's still wanting to do stuff despite the fact that she gets some handfuls of them weekly. Hey, sweetie, head to bed? All right, wanna say goodnight to Jack?
Good chat.
Little Steve is already in bed, clearly, but she's headed off to bed. All right, off to bed, you. Love you. Yeah, you little turkey. Everybody says goodnight.
Night chat.
Right, Deborah? Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. Oh, really, Ab? I love that. Yeah, exactly. I've got to not, and obviously, everybody, vents in their own way. And so, Steve is my sounding board. So if Annie came in when she came in, my letter out. If there ever is one that I'm like truly like, really, I get to vent to Steve and he listens and he's like, feel better now? And I'm like, yeah, I think so. I know, right? She had a good day at school today. They had an event going on, and she had quite a bit of fun. So she came home and was in a great mood. So you know what? I got one down with the flu and one that had a really good day at school. So I'll just cross my fingers it stays the way that it is. Yes, a sounding board is always good because it's not super professional for me to be like, oh, everybody's being mean, because that's not the case. But there are some days when you're like, wow, the world is awesome. Which is why I made that, huh? Yeah, just leave the door cracked so he can also leave if he wants to. Yeah, hang on one second. Okay, and we're back. Steve was informing of the fever situation. Thankfully, he has no fever right now. Medicine is working and he is sleeping soundly, so that's good. Right, that's the hope. Well, this last month, I mean, you guys knew I had to cancel a couple of Wednesdays because we were all, the kids were sick again, and I was like up super late. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, little Steve, he had this cough, and I was up till like 3 or 4 with him, like every night, trying to help him get some sleep. Like I said, Steve and I, we've got a pretty good balance working out where I stay up with him late and then sleep in the morning, and then he gets up with him in the morning. He's just, right? Exactly, Deborah. What's a sounding board? It's kind of a term where I can safely, because let's be honest, everyone's human and everyone gets frustrated from time to time. But it would be incredibly unprofessional of me to, blast on social media that, like, oh, so-and-so said something and I was so frustrated and why are they, like you would if you were frustrated with something or, And so Steve is my sounding board in the sense that he is not in the situation. So sometimes he can give me a bit of a clarifying view of things. I can vent all I want to him without risk of, anybody misunderstanding. And then he helps, helps me get a little bit of perspective at the end of it. So he is my sounding board. Oh, we aren't supposed to do. Well, I mean, I try not to specifically. Also, Shannon's a bit of my sounding board because I'm just like, sometimes you just need someone that just understands. Emotional support person. Yeah, person or group on whom one tries out an idea or opinion as a means of evaluating it. Yes, perfect, Melissa. I love it. Yeah, so, you know, it's nice to have, you know, it's not like therapist exactly, but it's the kind of idea where you can say pretty much anything to that particular person in a safe space without fear of, you know, kind of retribution. So, you know, when something happens regarding work or whatever else, and I'm just like, I just don't understand, why are people the way they are? And so Steve is my sounding board person, and I go, honey, and he's like, it's okay, and I go, okay. Yeah, see, there you go. Backup dad. I love it. I mean, we're all human. We all need it. And it's not even like internet or work related stuff. Sometimes it's just literally the crappy stuff that happens in the world that makes no sense. And you're like, why is life this way? And why haven't we fixed this yet? Because fact of the matter is, life is not all sunshines and roses. And sometimes the world just straight up sucks. And you're like, what kind of dystopian nightmare did I walk into? And so, you know, it's the plus side about having a partner and all this, that if you're just like, has the world gone insane? And he can go, yes, in fact it has. See, there you go. Yes, right? Yeah, the world, it just straight up sucked. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, there's a sort of blissfulness when you're a kid and you are so unaware, blissfully unaware of all of the crappy things going on in the world. You know, my kids have a very blessed life in the sense that they feel safe and secure in their home. They have parents that love them. They have food on their table. You know, they have everything that a child needs for a healthy and, you know, wonderful childhood. Well, today, for instance, and it says something about, you know, her exposure to the world. Little Emily and I were driving along, and there was a billboard that I forget exactly the wording, but basically the billboard was something about child abuse and how, you know, if you see something, say something. Yeah, right, Ev? And here is the part that almost kind of, because I don't think about it too much. It's not, unless we are approached by a situation, it's not like I'm going to sit down to her and explain what child abuse means. It's just not a term that she is familiar with. And so she was reading the billboard and she's just like, Mommy, what does that mean? And I said, well, what does what mean? Because I thought, I forget the phrasing of it, but it was like the first part of it. And I thought maybe she was asking about that. She's like, what's child abuse mean? And I'm just like, oh, crap, man. Like, how do I, good night, Leanne. The weather here's awful. Thunder and rain, so my internet isn't cooperating. I'm going to have to wait and watch the replay. Sounds good, Leanne. Stay safe. Those storms are something else. But she didn't know the term child abuse. She's never heard it. She I don't know if that term itself is triggering YouTube. I probably shouldn't have said that. Okay, instead of that, I'm going to say banana bread. All right, we're going to say banana bread. Sorry, YouTube. YouTube's tricky like that. All right, so she had never heard the term banana bread. And so I had to explain it to her, but in a way that, you know, wasn't gonna frighten her. But it's, like I said, it says something that it was a term she was completely unfamiliar with, didn't understand that it could be a thing or at all. And so, you know, she's getting old enough that we've been having, you know, more in-depth conversations about questions and everything. But it was just like, yeah, how do I explain to her that the world sucks, but, you know, it's not something she has to worry about, you know? Like, it's just really, I don't know, being a parent is hard, man. When they're growing up and you have to explain things to them, it's better when we can just ignore anything, right? That's exactly it, Ev. Like, as they've gotten older, they've met other kids that, you know, they don't understand, like, why some kids are doing things that they're doing, and you have to explain to them. You're like, well, there could be a reason behind it. I don't know. Being a parent is so much easier when they're toddlers, and it's just like, oh, they need to go to the bathroom, they need a diaper change, they're hungry, they're tired. you know, it's all really easy to figure out, you know? It's just you run down a checklist and it's no more complicated than that. But we're getting to a stage where they're becoming more aware of the world and aware, I don't know. It's getting complicated, guys. As early as elementary school here, I keep the door open to all discussions and keep my composure. Yes, exactly, Marilyn. That's exactly it. And so, because there's also a part of me, you know, a lot of us were raised in a generation where some of this stuff, we just didn't talk about it at all. And so there was almost like a taboo. So even as an adult, sometimes when you are discussing things, you feel like you almost need to whisper it or not say it out loud. And so I'm trying to raise them in a way to where, you know, correct terminology and everything isn't something that they feel they can't use. I don't know. It's complicated, man. Let's see. Trey would rather color outdoors in the windy weather. I need to figure out a way to hold on to the armature. I suppose you could clip it down. Yeah, rocks weight down. Birds and bees talked to my son. We had a deep age-appropriate dive, but he's in middle school and the kids talk about it wrong. So I said, yes, that's the thing, is finding the right time to have the age-appropriate discussions before they hear about things from their friends. And because generally the information they're gonna get from their fellow adolescents is not gonna be entirely accurate. So it's just like finding that time to, you know, beat him to the punch, I suppose. Yeah, exactly, Deborah, exactly. But yeah, it was just one of those kind of moments today when she just didn't, she'd never heard of the term banana bread. And I was just like, I suppose that's a good thing. Like, but I guess at some point, I don't know, how do you explain to them all about banana bread without frightening them, you know? It's like you have to be the bearer of bad news, and I don't want to. I want to talk about rainbows, kittens, and fluffy bunnies. Right, Kim? Speaking of bunnies, did I ever tell you guys that one day we were, let's see, we're going to use dark violet now. One day we were moving the garbage can out to the curb, you know, for trash day, and there was a tiny bunny under it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Marilyn. But yeah, there was a tiny little bunny that had gotten misplaced and lost and found refuge under our refuse. So we gathered him up and spoke to a wildlife rehabber and discussed a new location for said bunny, and we released him to a more bunny-friendly area. But so now every time we go to take the trash can out, part of us always like, is there gonna be a bunny today? Right? Yeah, wild bunnies, they are the cutest thing. Well, we thought that it was a baby bunny. We thought that it was a baby bunny because it was so small, but thankfully for the wildlife rehabber, she was okay with me texting her a picture of the bunny, and the bunny looked, you know, completely healthy and everything. And she said, no, he's small, but he's probably been away from the nest for like 4 or 5 weeks already. And we're like, oh, okay. So yeah, then we discussed and found a new location for it. It was the cutest little thing. But you know, how funny would it be to have a bunny arrive on Easter? Oh man, and that's the other reason that I hope that we get past those. I don't want them to be sick on Easter. Easter holidays are no fun. Anyway, I apologize. That whole conversation was a little bit heavier than we get into, but I suppose that's I don't know, that's where I'm at in life. You know, we chat about coloring, we chat about, you know, life and stages that we're all at, and it is what it is. So I apologize if that was triggering for anyone. We will move on. So anyway, I'm using purple now, and I have to watch in the spring, early summer that I don't step in or mow over rabbit. Right, exactly. Leave their babies in a safe place when they go out to eat. Yeah. So this bunny was all by himself under the trash can, and we're surrounded. We don't have any like large pieces of land or tall grass or anywhere where they normally would have been. They're all very manicured lawns around here because there is lawn care here. So there really wasn't anywhere. It must have just, I don't know, stumbled across here or tried. It was really hot out when we found it. So we're thinking that it was just trying to avoid the heat. Thanks, Kim. Aw, thanks, Emily. Likes to dig. Oh no, Deanna. Oh no. That's terrifying. Yeah, I mean, the cats are very much indoor cats. Paul's definitely, he used to be a lot more active, you know, catching a fly or something, but he's not really.
It's cute.
Huh?
The bunny was
The bunny was so cute. He was a little bunny.
I forgot what they named it.
Wasn't it just Bunny Bunny?
No,
No, what was it?
that was what little Steve named Buddy Buddy.
Oh, Buddy Buddy was the butterfly. Yeah. Was it Special?
Special.
Yeah, they named him Special. That's what it was. We also have children who will name a leaf and be sad when it gets blown away. And then we have a very sad rest of the afternoon and they say they miss whatever, you know, they named it Floppy, the leaf, by the way, the leaf. And they're like, we miss Floppy. It's like, honey, it's a dead leaf that blew away in the wind. We miss it. Oh, I'm sorry, Deanna. Raymond Kitty is playing chase and hide and seek with a new mouse in the house. Oh no, Bonnie. Sounds good, Durkin. He pushed it and just watched it. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Annie got a hold of a ball of yarn and was being a very like stereotypical cat and was carrying the yarn. If she gets a hold of a ball of yarn while we're gone, she will just trail the yarn all over the place. Okay, I have a question for you guys because it's 9:21 already and we could easily spend all night filling it in. Do you want to work on just half of the sky right now so we can actually get to the adding water part? I'm thinking that might work a little bit better because I don't want you guys to be stuck watching me like fill in the space all night. Going to be lurking as I pack for a trip to Ohio. Sounds good, Patty. Have fun. Good night, Brooke. Thank you so much for being here and have fun with your new glasses. Oh, and lunch with your godmother. Very nice. That sounds like an enjoyable afternoon. Hi, Catherine. How are you? Yeah, let's just do half, like up against this line of the string. Yeah, I'm thinking half. I agree, Ev. That way we can actually get these colors in. And I will say the nice thing about recording is that if I forget what colors I use, I can always go back. I had a cat that loved to play with the mouse I had in the house. Oh no. I live trap now. Aw, that's so sad. I don't know if the cats would. Annie might go after it. Paul, I don't know. He's gotten a little lazy, and Isis just would not care. Ooh, speaking of her, so if those of you who don't know, Isis is our oldest cat. She's like 15, 16. She's our old lady cat. But I just got her some new supplements for hip and joint supplements. And she absolutely loves them. Like I gave her one and she chewed it, and then I gave her the second one and she just like inhaled it. I don't think she even chewed it. In fact, I gotta give her her supplements for tonight. But yeah, she like went nuts. Her pupils were huge. It was hilarious. And I'm like, well, I'm glad she likes it. Got a bat in the house, Jody. Oh my goodness. Our cats will hunt mice. Yeah, I think our cats have just become too domesticated. They're like, so you want me to do what? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and use Jade Green now. The idea that I like to do with Galaxy is I just do quite a few collections of different colors, and then and mostly in like the kind of blues and purples, a little bit of pink. But I mean, if you look at a nebula, there is just so much, so much different color. There's whites, there's everything. So it definitely leaves opportunity for, you know, imagination quite a bit. Let's see, let's do some up here. Okay. But yeah, so for the weekend, we're mostly just gonna hunker down and let everybody, you know, let little Steve rest and hope that he'll feel better. Everybody else is gonna be drinking lots of water and washing hands, and we're gonna be Lysoling surfaces. A baby black snake in a live trap. It was interesting trying to release it, right? My current cat will play with the mouse, but usually accidentally kills it in the process. Feels sadly bad and look at me like, fix it, mommy. Oh, honey, I can't fix it. It's broken. Oh gosh, I'll tell you, I had So we had some blankets that we had to take off the bed, and I need to wash them, but because they're bigger, I have to wait to do them to where the washing machine, like we don't need to wash anything else with it. So I've had this blanket that's been sitting on the other side of our room that's waiting its turn to go in. And I was kind of cleaning them up and moving them the other day. And when I lifted it, it was what I thought was a mouse came rolling out from underneath of it. Oh my God, it was one of those little catnip mice. That was with it, but for a split second, because it rolled out from underneath of it, I about had a heart attack thinking there was a mouse in the bedroom. I was just like, oh my Lord. When I was in high school, we had an indoor-outdoor cat, and I came home from school one day, and I had left my robe on the floor, and I went to pick it up, and there was a present for me at the foot of my bed, and I about had a heart attack. Bring them in bed. Oh no, no, thank you. I can't do that. Okay, we are going to squeeze in some black because we definitely want to have some of that in here. So we're going to go with ivory black. And there's going to be, we might wait to do the black around the edge of the clouds until we start using the pencils like a palette. Okay. And like I said, this is literally just like the first layer. And I'm not pressing too hard, but we're gonna be adding quite a bit more to it. Leaves the mice until both their mouse is exhausted. I usually pick up the mouse and put it in the garden. They're having a play date. Hi Celeste, how are you? I know that this isn't like super exciting because I'm just filling in colors and everything, but the fact of the matter is doing big skies, you know, it takes time. I can't just throw it all on the paper and call it good. It takes time. It'll look more exciting when we start adding the water to it. I think we'll go for the magenta next. Let's see. Oh my goodness. That was, oh no, turn it, Shabina, so stole their cat. She's like, this is mine now, thanks. She's like, wasn't that the cat toy store? Let's see, let's bring some of that black across. And up. Okay, let's go with, okay, I don't want to do the magenta yet. We're gonna do the Kingfisher blue next. Okay. It's a nice bright blue. And actually, maybe instead of the black on the edge of the clouds, we'll use the blue gray. I used the blue gray as a shadow color a lot in the Kirby page that I did. Let's see, let's get Kingfisher blue across here. I also don't want to like lay the magenta right next to the purple. I feel like that's going to be a bit much. We need to separate the colors a little bit more. Okay, let's throw in some of the magenta now. Who likes to steal stuff and bring it home? Like, I feel like I remember that. Kim, this is, because I've been on like the Kirby track, I really want to say Worlds Within Worlds. But this is Worlds of Wonder. Worlds of Wonder. Come on, it's a Johanna book. I should be better at this. All right, we're gonna do the magenta. Ooh, you know what I made for dinner tonight? I had to make the au jus from scratch because I couldn't find the right gluten-free stuff at the grocery store, but I made French dip sandwiches. They're really good. Steve had found me a little while back some gluten-free sandwich rolls, and so I had those in there, and I was like, I wonder what I'm gonna do with this. And so all I got was just some roast beef deli meat. I got some Swiss cheese, and then I cut open the sandwich rolls, put them in the oven with the meat and the Swiss cheese, let that toast in there. And while I was doing that, let's see, let's use the Prussian blue. I went ahead, like the recipe that I found for the au jus called for red wine, but A, I'm feeding it to the kids, and B, I didn't have any. So I just used beef broth. I made kind of a roux with like half a cup of butter, 2 tablespoons of gluten-free flour, And then I added some of the broth and then got that mixed up really well. And then, oh, look at that, we got it all filled in. And then I added more broth, and then basically I added some coconut aminos because it's kind of sweet. I added some garlic powder, some Worcestershire, you know what I mean? That sauce that nobody can pronounce. What else? I put some thyme there, some salt, some pepper. It was really good. Are you gonna try the Cool Whip or shaving cream egg coloring trip this year? I have no idea. Like, I haven't, short of Easter baskets, I haven't planned too much because at this point, I have no idea if everybody's gonna be sick during it. So we may just do the slightly less complicated just egg dyeing because I do have that kit. Also, I have not plaster eggs. I think I forget what kind they're made out of. They're not plastic, but basically you can just normally paint them. It was delicious. Got skunks, now it's mainly raccoons. Okay, so I have 2 of the water brushes that I've been using. The one that I'm gonna use for a bulk of this is the flat Arteza brush. Now, here's the thing. Once I add water to this, all this pigment is gonna start moving around. So if I wanna leave the pink where it doesn't get too contaminated, because if I drag too much of this blue on top of the pink, it's gonna look really purple. But once I start to get things wet, I need to move quickly. So what that means is that I'm gonna start adding the water. I'm gonna kind of go at a swirl, and in between each color, I'm gonna be dabbing it on here if I don't wanna drag too much of the color on it. So we're gonna move, and we're gonna move quickly. Then after that, we'll dry it, and then we will use the pencils as a palette, and we'll get it a little bit darker. So you see how light it is now? Let's get to adding some water. So this has a button where you can kind of squeeze it, make sure that there's plenty, I don't know if you can see that, plenty of water. There you go, you can see that reflection coming out there. So now we're just gonna start at the top, and we're gonna move our way down. So let's start here. And it's okay if it's not super dark, because we are going to add more color on top of it. And I'm probably getting a little bit on the clouds, it's okay. But we want to move quickly. So I'm probably not gonna look up at chat for a minute because I need to make sure my focus is on this so that I don't mess it up. So give me a minute. See, now we got some harsh lines here, and we will be fixing that when we go back in using our pencils like a palette. We want it to look kind of blotchy. Okay, so right there, it was releasing a little bit more water than I wanted. So that's when I come over and I just dab it. It's going to look a lot better when we're all done, okay? Gotta trust the process, trust the process. Okay, we're only going as far as that balloon line so we can actually get stuff done tonight. Normally I would do the entire thing because I dislike having to remember what I used. And a lot of times if I get like half of something done, I don't necessarily want to do the other half, and it's just like, oh no, I'm ready to move on to another spot. Like I said, I'll look up at chat here in just a second. Yep, I went over the cloud. It's okay. We'll fix it later. Like I said, trust the process. See how I got that line there? That's something I'll need to fix when I go back in with the pencils. But it's okay because since we're doing kind of a galaxy, it's okay. It's allowed to be kind of blotchy. It's kind of a lesson in letting go a little bit. All right. So do you see how much that darkened up? Oh yeah, definitely. Oh no, Minty. All right, so it's pretty wet right now. Before I add anything else, I want to go ahead and dry it. So like I said, this is the heat gun. I have it on high right now. This does not do watercolors. You know, I have found actually that I feel like I like watercolors better than I like acrylics. I don't know, maybe it's just because I've come to use them. The other thing you could do too is if you rub your hand over the top when it's kind of semi-dry, you can, if you guys could see Paul right now, he's sitting in the office, and because there's a slight scent with the heat gun, he's kind of just like, his eyes are kind of squinty, he's sniffing the air, he's like, whatever you're doing, I don't like it. I'm sorry, Paul. Yeah, he's sniffing it, that's hilarious. The Shire in Worcestershire isn't spoken. It's pronounced like Worcester sauce. Really? Oh my gosh, that makes it so much like... Did you guys ever watch that? I don't know if you ever watched South Park, but I did in the early days, and there's a whole episode that has to do with Worcestershire sauce. And they pronounce it so funny. And anyway, that's what it makes me think of. But Worcester sauce. Okay, all right. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna break out the, now if you have a bigger water brush or regular paintbrush, you're feel free to use that. But now that I'm gonna start to add more in each of the different sections, I'm gonna use the smaller one, and it's got a little bit more of a fine tip. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom on in a little bit because we're gonna work in some smaller sections. So this one here, again, I don't quite remember everything where we used it, but I do know that this one was the ultramarine. So here's what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze it so that new watercolors are awesome. Things that require water don't get along. Okay, so this is the ultramarine, and what I'm gonna do, and you know, somebody might be like, well, that's not the real way to use the pencils. You gotta write it out. Well, you know, it's art. There's no hard and fast rules. This is how I wanna do it. Now remember, like I said, it's going to look darker than it really will be. Now, that much blue would be too dark for out here. So this is when I'm gonna start, and you can kind of see in the little camera up here, you'll see how often I touch the palette. And when I bring the pencil, let's see. If you see me bringing the brush to the palette, that is because I have too much paint on my brush and I want to be able to dilute it a little bit. So now we're gonna go ahead, because it will look a little bit different once we dry it. So now I'm just gonna use a little bit of that ultramarine, and I'm not gonna do ultramarine all the way throughout. We're gonna grab the different colors and work our way out. Okay, so this one right here, this was the black. Now the black can be really strong. How to do washes and make them even. Yeah, it's, I don't know, I feel like, you know, it takes practice obviously either way, but I don't know, I always feel like with watercolors less is more, because you can always like build it up, but if you do too much, it's really hard to take it back. You know, with acrylics, you can just cover it up, but with watercolors, unless you're using a darker color, it's a lot more difficult to just cover it up. Okay, so that's where I got a harsh line, so I'm gonna add a little bit of extra paint so I can maybe kind of fade that out a little bit. We can bring some of that up into here. So I'm really just using these like I would a palette now. Okay, now this color here, I think it was more of the jade green, so that's what we're gonna use. It's a really early one. It's season 1, Elizabeth. It's a really early one. I wanted to give up on watercolors at one point, but I found out it's the paper that I was using. Yes, the paper can make all the difference. Hi, Arn. That's why working with watercolors and coloring books can be a bit of a challenge, just because the paper is thin. It has a limited amount of water it can use. And in fact, here in a minute, I'm actually gonna go ahead and dry this, because if I use too much more water here, the paper, I can already see that the paper's starting to break down a little bit. So you have to be, you have to have a lot of patience and be a bit forgiving with your paper when it's this thin. Okay, use a little bit more there. Don't be afraid to overlap your colors. All right, we're gonna go ahead and dry this. It's a whole process. Like, it takes a while to get it all done. Just mailed almost all my watercolor stuff to Ashley so they can know. Oh, I love. Yes, Ashley's been doing some awesome stuff with watercolors. I thought it was Worcestershire after talking to my in-laws from Leicestershire. Okay, there you go. Yeah, because see, I pronounce that like Leicestershire. I don't know. They're fun, Minty. I really like the Duret ones. I feel like they're pretty good quality. Also, the Albrecht Dürer are really good. The Albrecht Dürer are really good. In fact, the Albrecht Dürer are nicer than these ones, for sure. It's actually funny, I was cleaning up, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I was cleaning up and reorganizing my pencils. Also, if you're going to feel if your paper's dry, please don't put your hand in front of the heat gun, move it away, or you will burn your skin. So, you know, careful. We have the 24 set. Yeah, I think I only have the 24 also. But that's the nice thing with paint, though, is that you can make new colors, mix new colors. Well, like I said, this is just the beginning of it. I mean, if this half of the sky is all we do tonight, I won't feel like we didn't get enough done, because this is, you know, we went in saying this is all we're doing tonight, folks. Our goal is to get the sky done. All right, so now I'm using the dark violet. And like I said, I have the 36 count set, so if you have more than that, feel free to use other colors. But this is the set I have and that I'm using. Okay, so like I said, this black is gonna look darker now because it's wet, but it will lighten up. It will lighten up. Ooh, see, that was too much purple. We're gonna need to work quick to spread that out. That was a lot of purple. Again, thankfully, it will lighten as it dries, but yeah, 'twas a bit much. All right, let's see. Pretty sure I used the, of the Derwent ones. I gotcha. Yeah, so you can always mix colors, absolutely. Yeah, if you were to invest in a really expensive set of watercolor pencils, now I can't say for sure because I haven't used the Caran d'Ache line, but for those that have both, from what I've heard, the Albert Durr are like cream of the crop. So if you're wanting to like save up and really invest in a really good set, I would highly recommend that one. You have the Arteza? Yes, the Arteza are good also. The museums, yes, that's the Caran d'Ache line, and they are on my list to try someday. But I mean, we're talking like the investment of, you know, at least a couple $100, like really expensive sets. So the Arteza are a bit more affordable, but and they're great. Don't get me wrong, they are great, but they are not to the level that, you know, something like a $300 set would be. And that's for a reason. Like, people, not everybody can afford $300 sets of pencils, and so we need high quality pencils that you know, are more affordable. All right, let's use our magenta. Oh, thank you, Shannon. We're gonna zoom out a little bit, because if I push it up any further, I'm gonna push everything off here. You have both museums or cream of the crop? Oh, nice. Yeah, the Arteza ones are good too. Absolutely. In fact, I did debate about using them, but I know we just did some. Also, I am well aware that I haven't finished some of our work in progresses, and I plan to. And I know I did a Kirby page before I finished those, but, you know, I'm a grown-up. I do what I want. But I do want to finish the Rooms of Wonder page that we started together, because that one's almost done. I just need to sit down and do it. But, you know, it was a new book. I was excited. I mean, in the last month, there's been the Maggie's book. There's been Christine's book. There's been a lot of them. Okay, let's see. See, that's still a little bit of a line. I'm not happy with that. We may go back in with some black there, but not until we dry it. All right, so let's see. You love both Albert Durr and the Museum Aquarelles. Oh, yeah, definitely. I wouldn't say it's effortlessly, there are some moments in my head where I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. And I'm working like massively fast to do it. There are some watercolor artists there that are just like, they're absolutely, I mean, but that's the case with any medium. I saw a guy who he does like so realistic pencil sketches, like it looks like a photograph. Those kinds of drawings blow my mind. It's just like, how did they even do that? Like, what is this witchcraft? Yeah, I agree, Shannon. I agree. Ah, dang, but now I really want to try the Supras in the museums. I assume, Shannon, that the museums are like the butteriest of them all, because that's like the sister to the Lumis, right? All right, we're gonna grab the magenta here. Like I said, I do want this to be pretty vibrant when it's done, so I'm not too nervous about going in strong with some of these colors. The trick is, though, just trying to get smooth blends and not have harsh lines where the colors are. So let's see, this here is a black, so we're gonna go in with that. You mentioned water and they melt. Ah, see, how are they for like reactivation? So pigment. Oh, okay. I think that might need to be something I save up for next. We got the computer monitor, we got the cutting machine, which had some more sticker paper arrive. So as soon as everybody's done being sick, I'm gonna dedicate some time to planning out some new stickers for the shop. So stay tuned for that. I just, yeah, everybody keeps getting sick. So we gotta get a breather at some point. Oh, I'm sure I would. I'm sure those are definitely on my dream list. Okay, let's see. You know what? We're gonna dry a little bit before we add more water here, because I can feel it's pretty wet. Like I said, I want to fix this part with the black. Because I want to try and get as smooth transitions as possible, but with still having bright, vibrant colors. And I mean, this gives you an idea of the reality of how long something like this can take. I mean, it's 9:45. I know we chatted for a little bit, but I mean, I would say comfortably we've been working on this for about an hour. Kind of just like blues. Yeah, see, there you go. Yes, new stickers. That's the plan. That's the plan. But yeah, it's just been big chaos here, man. So maybe after the visit and everybody's done, like maybe I could plan a shop update for like after my birthday, you know, second half of the month. I know that 37 isn't that old, but I feel like it's still like an adjustment. Who does 90% of her watercolor with pencils, and another who uses her Albert Durst dry on her coloring pages quite regularly. See, I don't like that. Thanks, Sadie. But not like how to do it. It's the texture and it's the feel of the colored pencils. I don't like the kind of dry scratchiness. You know what I mean? Oh, nice, Haiti. Haiti, how are you feeling about being 37? Oh, that was too much blue. You see how dark that was? It's hard for me to get like a smooth transition if I do something so heavy. Like I do want it to be vibrant, I do, but I need it to go slowly. Not like bam, all the color. What's the difference, the classic and the premium Arteza watercolor pencils? The classics are definitely more like a student grade pencil. They're still great. In fact, I have a review on both. Well, I'm still single. That is okay, Haiti. That is absolutely fine. You're good. I have reviews on both of them. If you go to my playlist, now they're done at different times, but it's definitely student versus higher quality. She uses them in lieu of polys, really? Right, Haiti? It really does feel like that, just because, like, I don't know. I remember when I was in high school thinking that 30 was so old. Like, we had a youth pastor who was 30 years old, and I just remember thinking, gosh, that's so old. But for me, and of course, this was my, 15-year-old brain, whatever it was. I remember being in grade school thinking the 8th graders were like the cream of the crop. 8th graders don't know anything. But, looking back, like I definitely feel more mature and more able to make, relevant and conscious decisions than, I did when I was younger, obviously. That's what life experience will do to you. But it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. I'm definitely seeing, a difference in, I'm slowly getting more grays and I don't like have any crow's feet or anything yet, but there are clear signs that life is changing and I am changing, and I don't know how I feel about it. Right? You're not. At 16, I feel young. And I really think a big part of it is perspective too, because like I worked at a retirement home when I was younger, and the average age at the retirement home was like early 90s, like literally. I mean, they were in their 90s, and there was obviously, I can't give too many specifics, but there was a situation where somebody was, in my opinion, quite young. They were like in their mid 70s, and it was the seeing them there. It's like in my head, I'm thinking, God, like 70s, like mid 70s, that's so young, because I was so around a lot of people that were in their 90s. And I gotta tell you, like, I loved that part of a job. There were people there that like I would hang out with, on my breaks or whatever else. I learned some really awesome crochet stitches from some of them. Like it was a wonderful experience. Like, I feel like it's a kind of job that at some point everybody should have, to appreciate the wisdom of our elders, as well as, the life experiences that some of these people have, the eras that they lived through, the things that they went through. Like, it blew my mind, and I loved listening to the stories. Till I stand up, my knees get involved. Right. Oh, I know. I need to I need to start working out a little bit. Just if nothing more than to build strength. Remember as a kid wanting to grow up and know everything adults around you, right? There you go, Deborah. Rinse it back. Yeah, there are definitely times when I have wake-up calls of my age, but you know, I'm not there yet. I mean, I'm not even 40 yet. I told Steve we should probably start planning our midlife crisis. Told him I'm planning on getting a pony, and it's up to him to figure out where we're going to keep it. Either that or I want a chicken. Two very different things, but you know, one of them gives you eggs, and at this point, you know, I thought you'd be making bank if you had a chicken. Oh no, yeah, man, some of those sports are hard. Like I debated about, you know, putting little Emily in gymnastics, but it's hard on your body. Like it's really hard. So we're still figuring out what her, you know, what she enjoys doing, what she gravitates towards. You know, both the kids, you know, love art, which is not surprising considering they're my children. But, you know, they still got time to figure out what their joy is. Yeah, exactly, Ronnie. Exactly. Like, I can't even, like, I don't know. There were just some just almost surreal stories that they would tell me, historical events that they lived through. And I'm just like, mind blown, man. It just gives you so much perspective. Yeah, I'm going to guess so, Shannon. Did you try refreshing? I don't see any. Let's see, does it say? Yeah, no drop frames or anything. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and give this a try real quick. It just like slowly faded. YouTube's just like, I give up. I'm taking a nap. Is there a budget set of watercolor that you would recommend? Okay, so here's the thing with budget watercolors. If you want to experience watercolors in the sense of the idea of how they work, budget is fine. But, and I say this with a big but, the more difficult it is to use watercolors that are not as high quality, it's gonna get more frustrating. So like, let's say you've got a budget of $25 extra to spend on fun things for the month. In my opinion, if you are wanting to get a set of watercolor pencils, you know, the Arteza ones, I can't remember how much the Arteza ones are off the top of my head. These ones for the 36 set, I want to say are around 45. But the way that it works for less expensive watercolor pencils is that you get more grainy. Oh, maybe it's because it's like minimized or something. Like, did you minimize at one point to open it up where the little window popped up? If you close it out altogether, it might work. Like, I would say get a very small set of a high quality pencil set. So like something like 12 of these, I want to say is like 25 or 30. Don't quote me on that. I'm just trying to remember. It's the link on your phone. Yeah, so on my phone, I can minimize something, but a little window will pop up. And then if I open something else, it'll like slide to the right. But yeah, picture-in-picture thing is sometimes a thing. But yeah, if you get, basically, if you were to get something like, gosh, I'm trying to think of what the lowest budget watercolor pencil is out there. Okay, something like the Staedtler. Staedtler has some aquarelle pencils. They're okay, but they are not going to give you a true sense of the abilities of a watercolor pencil. So I feel like if you really want, if you're trying to find out, are watercolor pencils for me, is it worth it to save up to get a larger set? I would get either open stock of your primary colors, okay, because obviously with primary colors you can blend anything, and that's only 3 pencils, and even if the pencils are $3 a piece, that's like $9, but it would get you a quality pencil. I don't know, like, I feel like that's not very helpful. The Arteza ones are good, but I don't remember how much they are off the top of my head. But I feel like with watercolor pencils especially, it can be frustrating if you can't get them to do what you need them to do. Does that make sense? Tons of colors, you can buy a basic 6 with an add-on, for example, 1 each. Cool. Yes, exactly. I got some budget alcohol markers. The markers are okay, but the box they came in are awesome. It's wood with individual slots. Ooh, I love that, Ev. See, that's the thing, like the Arctix alcohol markers. I absolutely loved the package. I'm telling you, packaging sometimes, like it sets things. Oh, that was too much blue. It's okay. We're gonna blend it out. It sets it above the rest. Absolutely. There you are. Yay! Yes, absolutely. Like, so I am okay with using watercolor pencils in the coloring books because I've used them enough that I am familiar enough when I can feel the paper starting to give, and I know that, okay, now I need to go ahead and dry it. If you are going into watercolors blind and you've never, like watercolor pencils blind, and you've never used them before, make sure that you have legitimate watercolor paper. I've done a whole thing on, let's see, there was a review that I did for Etcher watercolor paper. It's ETCHR. You'll find it in the reviews playlist. And I talk a lot on there about hot press versus cold press. One of them's gonna have more texture, one of them's gonna be more smooth. But definitely, if you have never tried watercolor pencils before, try them out on watercolor paper before you try them out in a color book. And Paul Rubin cotton paper, okay. Yeah, no, they're definitely, I would consider, because I have those ones too, I would consider them a budget watercolor pencil. I have full set syndrome, so when I get a set of watercolor pencils, it'll be all of them, unless they're pricey. Yeah, so that's my thing. It's lately, like, I mean, like I said with my machine, rather than, I don't know, I feel, you know, we are a family of 4 with bills to pay and children to feed, and so I have a hard time spending money on myself if it's not something that's, you know, 100%, oh, that was too much, 100% necessary. And so lately, for things that I have been wanting for myself, like my cutting machine, you know, it wasn't absolutely necessary. I have been saving up for items, you know, not putting them on credit card or anything, because, you know, you don't want to use credit cards above your means. That's just a way to get in a whole lot of trouble. But I've been saving, you know, and it's, you know, some things are taking me like 6 months. But I've been saving for the extra things that I want, and I feel like I can enjoy them so much more when I'm not feeling guilty about the money that I'm spending. Not that Steve would tell me that I can't spend it, but it's my own personal, like, I don't know, it's a headspace that I get in. I go, all right, this is not a necessary bill. This is not something that I really actually need, so I should probably chill a little bit. But if I save specifically for it and it's completely covered when I do buy it, then I feel better about it and can enjoy it just that much more. You feed them? I know, they're just constantly hungry. As it is, oh, nice, okay. Has at one point a round cotton water. Yes, the 100% cotton are really nice. I know, they just, am I leaning in too much? I feel like I'm leaning in a lot. It's so funny, like little Steve, he sometimes will eat like a bird if it's something that he doesn't really like all that much. But you get something that he likes and he is just like, can I have thirds and fourths? You know, like he goes through these growth spurts and he's like, I'm still hungry. It's like, kiddo, how about we let that food settle a little bit so your tummy doesn't explode? Which, for the sake of anyone out there that tummy's exploding, is just a figure of speech. It doesn't actually happen. Yes, no need to feed other people. Yeah, I mean, those, you know, cereal's expensive. No, actually, eggs are expensive. Oh, man. Ooh, okay. Complete side note. Mother-in-law sent a package for the kids for Easter. And in said package, you know what she included for me? You know? Strawberry kiwi Shasta, and I'm so excited. Yeah, I know, right? And they eat a lot, man. Isis's food is expensive because she's on special old lady food because she has a sensitive tummy. But yeah, she, also, I know I'm moving around like it's crazy, but it's because I don't want to, if you just leave it there, the paper gets really hot. And I've never tried it, but I feel like if I were to leave it enough, it would probably burn the paper. So I move it so it's not in one place. Right, Melissa? You're hiding my eyes with 100 set ink tensor. Wait, the 100 set is 309? Woo! Yeah, I've got like 12 Inktense. I don't know where I put them. I have them in a drawer. I don't use them very often. I don't think I like Inktense enough for me to invest that much in it. What times anyway? 9:59? Yeah, I'm glad we did half of it. But yeah, so Summer, you were here before when I was chatting about it. You cannot get Shasta where I'm at, and I used to live in the Pacific Northwest, and they sell it up there at those stores. And I don't know why, like I thought of it the other day and I was just like, man, I really want to remember that taste. Who knows? I haven't drank it yet because I want to just sit and savor it. But I was like, I just really want to taste. So I told my mother-in-law, because I knew she would probably send something for the kids. I'm like, you know, if you have the Shasta or the tummy's exploding, I'm like, if you happen to be sending a box for the kids, I wouldn't be horribly upset. You know, Shasta's like a really cheap soda too. So it's probably like, well, I don't know, prices probably gone up. But I was like, if you want to, you know, maybe toss in a couple cans of Shasta, I wouldn't be totally. She put 4 of them in the box, and she was so smart. The way that she shipped them, she vacuum sealed them. So there was like 2 in each vacuum seal bags. And if you're not familiar with what a vacuum seal is, it's those machines that you put your meat in and it sucks all the air out. Oh wait, I was out of frame, sorry. And it sucks all of the air out so your meat doesn't get freezer burn. But she vacuum sealed it, and then she double bagged it and then put it in bubble wrap. And I was like, dang, man, they showed up amazing. Now I've been letting them sit for a little bit also because I'm sure they got shook up in shipping. So I haven't quite dove in. I'm like, we need to give these bubbles time to settle and then, you know, close really slowly. And I know I haven't been naming what I've been using, but basically all the colors we listed at the beginning, I'm just going back and forth and slowly filling in those colors. But yeah, I was super impressed. I have no watercolor pencils and wonder what you're using. I can tell you. Yeah, they're Derwent watercolor pencils. That's it. Except it's watercolor with an OU. Okay, now this is super like scribbly and messy. So I'm gonna grab some of this black and try and smooth this out a bit. And then we're gonna dry and we're gonna see how light it is. And we're gonna start going in a little bit darker. Yeah, let's dry this real quick. Yeah, just Derwent watercolor pencils. The link for it is in the description below. I have linked the 36 count set because that's what I'm using today, but it's one of those listings that gives you like the 12 count, the 36, and the 72. Yeah, I spelled the British way, exactly. Oh, nice, yeah. I think I said it earlier, but yeah, so I realized I had at one point I had upgraded one of my sets to a larger case, and I had an extra 120 count pencil case laying around when I was organizing everything, and I realized that it fit all the Derwents that I have. So I have, you know, I got like 12 light fast. I have the 36 of the watercolor. I've got the Derwent drawing and the Chroma Flow and the, what's the one that we don't like? Not the Chroma Flow, but the Color Soft. Anyway, I realized I didn't put the Inktense in there, but the other ones, they all fit in there. And so like it literally added up perfectly. And I was like, oh, yay, it all fits. Okay, so here's what I want to do next. I want to Chroma. Yeah. Chroma Flow. I'm like, what's the one we don't like? I can't remember. Yeah, Color Soft and Chroma Flow. Those are not ones I reach for very often. Pixie, cow, chicken, goose, mouse, dog, bug, bird, squirrel, horse, frog, rooster, princess. Whew. If anybody's not watching chat, I didn't just have a stroke. That was me just reading Alex's very long name for Tanya. Okay, so actually, I'm really impressed that I did that all in one breath without stepping over it. We're still gonna have more color we're gonna add here because I do want it to go darker. But before we do that, we are gonna start with the blue-gray, and I wanna add some darkness to the edge of the clouds. What do you think about them Chroma Flows? Tell us how you really feel. Okay, so that was really dark. That was really dark. I dabbed my paintbrush, and we're gonna spread it out a little bit. But remember, it's not gonna look as dark as it is when it dries. At least it has a princess at the end. Exactly. All right, so next question. If you are a reader, again, remember, it's not gonna be that dark. What is everybody reading right now? I have tried to start Tress of the Emerald Isle. It's a new Brandon Sanderson book, but I just am struggling to find the time to sit down and read it. But from what I hear, it's really good, so I know I need to. I wish the audiobook was out for it, but it won't come out, I think, until summertime. Who knows? At the rate that I'm reading it, it may be time for the summertime. It's all Tanya, sparkly pink pixie. There you go. Ah, yes, Ronnie, that's what it was. Yeah, if anybody wasn't here earlier, I had 6 p.m. coffee today because my child has the flu and I'm gonna be up all night. But like I said, Steve and I, we have a really good system. Like he's the early bird, I'm the night owl, so you know, we agree. I stay up late and tend to fevers, and he gets up early in the morning and tends to fevers. It's just, you know, we found a system that works. Spare by Prince Harry. Oh, chat, that's Easter. The 13th Tale. What's the 13th Tale about? I also, I follow a few bookstagrammers, and there was a book that she recommended the other day. I don't remember the title of it now, but I did get it because it was only like $4 on Kindle. So at some point I'm going to read that. But top of my to be read list is Tress of the Emerald Isle. But honestly, Brandon Sanderson is like a freaking amazing author. And as much as I love, you know, Court of Thorns and Roses and all of those, wow, I am blanking on her name. My brain's going too fast. Sarah J. Maas, thank you. As much as I like her books, sometimes I need a bit of a detox. I still like fantasy stuff, but I need a bit of a detox from, well, if you've read Sarah J. Maas, you know what I'm talking about. But sometimes I'm just like, no, I'm not feeling this. And Brandon Sanderson's are fantastic for that because he does full world building, like fantasy. All the books tie into one another. It's absolutely amazing. And it's not super heavy on romance. There's a little bit in it, but although I did hear that Tress of the Emerald Sea, that's what it is. Tress of the Emerald Sea is a little bit more, you know, about as romance as he gets, but I heard it's good. Let's see. Shadow Rising, which is book 4 of the Wheel of Time series. Oh yes, I've read those. I probably should reread them. I don't know. I finished reading like the first 3 books when the Amazon adaptation came out for it, and I gotta say, I did not like the show. It was too different than the book. They changed the character arc for an entire character, and I was like, why was that necessary? Let's see. Right, Rosalind? Yeah, love Brandon Sanderson. It's about 13 tales, and the last one is the most important one because that's the one in the title. Thanks, Tanya. It's about a woman who's writing the biography of a reclusive author. Oh, that was gonna be my second guess. I don't like reading it. It makes me sleepy. Okay, yes. I struggle with that as well. But I finally sat down and read the 5th Court of Thorns and Roses because I did not like the what do you call it? An actor? The reader? The narrator. I didn't like the narrator that they chose for it. It was just too different than the ones before. I kind of feel like when you hire someone to do the voice for your particular series, you should put in the contract, you know, unless there's some sort of, you know, life thing that happens, they need to put in the contract that they, you know, agree to do the rest of the books in the series. Because I don't know about you guys, but it's just like when I have to relearn character voices, like it just throws me. But on the other hand of that, Brandon Sanderson, a lot of his books, he uses the same narrators, and it's almost a bit of a difficult switch because there's a particular voice that like one of the characters would use for a character in like say the Stormlight Archive, and then he does the same kind of inflections and voice for a character in Mistborn, but obviously they're 2 different characters. So it's almost like I have to rewire my brain a little bit to like be like, oh wait, it's not that character. Oh, the Harry Potter book is great. Yes, Michael Kramer is amazing. He does so good. Ah, nice, Ev. Windy all the time. There you go, Alex. Yeah, Michael Kramer is fantastic. I will say, as far as Brandon Sanderson goes, my first book into his books that he wrote was Mistborn, and I wasn't too familiar with his writing style. And I started reading it, and I honestly like really struggled. Like, it's such a slow start, but I finally gave it a second chance, and I went through it, and I was just like, this is glorious. Like, it's amazing. It's, yeah, he's so good. Right. Oh, I've totally done that. Like, who is it? Jennifer Armentrout. She's an author. Gosh, who is the woman that voiced Court of Thorns and Roses? Oh, I would know her name if I saw it. I specifically looked up to see what other books she voiced. Like, they're just so good. They're your first ones too? Yeah. Nalini sings Alpha Night. I haven't heard of that one. What's that about? Ah, there you go. Storm is over. Now it's hot, humid. Don't you just love that Minty? Like, it needs to just make up its mind. I mean, I'm grateful there wasn't, you know, a massive thunderstorm or anything, and then I didn't have to worry about a tornado, but still. How are we doing on time? 10:10? I told you this was going to take all night. Like, this was legitimately, I worked on the background for like a good portion of the day the other day. All right, let's get a little bit darker blue in here. Let's do some ultramarine. Honestly, like, these can take a while, but that is also why it's really important to dry in between so you're not oversaturating your pages. So right now with the ultramarine, I'm just trying to kind of smooth this out. Oh wait, hold up. What does Deborah say? Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah, well, I just recently rewatched Hunger Games, and she did a little bit of singing in there. What other reference are you thinking of where she sang? I'm not too familiar with anytime she's done any kind of singing. So I know that we just went to this line, but that means the darkness of this blue is going to need to carry on over there. But for now, we are upping the saturation of the colors, and we are smoothing out the edges. So like I said, I am well aware that we have been working on this all evening, but you know, that's just the way it is. If you want to, you know, come out with, you know, if you see somebody do a really complicated back and you're like, oh my gosh, how you did that? Odds are they spent a while. Okay, so I'm using blue-gray on this right now, and that's because I don't want to go real heavy with the black right here, but I do want to try and smooth out these edges. So bringing in, and again, this looks really dark, but it's going to lighten. It's going to lighten once it dries. There we go. Let's go ahead and dry it now. Oh, Katniss was a lovely singer. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Are you something, something, something? I can't remember any of the words. Yeah, I literally just rewatched the series while I was... If that tells you how long I worked on that Kirby page, I worked on it long enough to watch all 4 Hunger Games movies. So, you know, there's that. Like, and, you know, if you've seen the Hunger Games, there's obviously some more, you know, rather intense scenes where there's lots of screaming and everything else. And like, I was filming little clips for the reels, and I'm just like doing this happy color, and I usually remove the audio, but I'm coloring. I'm like, oh man, if anybody could really hear the audio of what's going on here, they're just gonna hear a bunch of screaming, and they're gonna wonder, what the heck am I watching? It's like, I can't ever do like, you know, murder podcasts or whatever it is that they watch, but it's like I see people like posting, it's just like what people think I listen to while I'm, you know, cleaning or whatever, and it's like upbeat music, and then it's like, no, it's murder, death, all this stuff. I'm like, okay. I don't know, I can't do mysteries. Do you guys remember, oh, I can't even remember the name of the show, never mind, doesn't help. I usually ask if you guys remember it, and I don't even remember it. I don't know how I'm supposed to talk about it. Hello, my name's Emily, and I had coffee at 6 p.m. Right, Ev? Yes, me too. I love ones that just really, like, all the books tie into it. Brandon Sanderson, in all his books, he has a character called Hoyd that makes an appearance in all of his books, and it's absolutely amazing. Dystopia movies while coloring face. Exactly. Like, oh, okay, one of these days I should just leave the audio on, and people are gonna be like, what is wrong with this one? I'm just gonna get so many unfollows. Like, sorry. Oh my goodness. Dystopian storylines I'm okay with if it's not like potentially a real reality of our reality. I like the theory of The Handmaid's Tale, but it's a little too close to home. So I definitely have to be in the right mind. I could not watch any of the HBO series. It's Pedro Pascal and that other girl. I like zombie post-apocalyptic. I can't do it. Nightmares all around. That's I draw the line. I can't do horror. I can't do zombies. The last kind of quote-unquote zombie movie that I watched was I Am Legend with Will Smith, and it gave me friggin' nightmares. And I said, nope, I'm done. I can't watch these anymore. Hi, Julie. Let's see. Summer, I had Scarlet Fever. I read all of the Kent Family Chronicle by John Jakes. I'm not familiar with that one. Ooh. Okay. This is still kind of choppy. Let's add some blue. This is Prussian blue. We're gonna try and smooth that out. Do you see what I mean though about how like it looks super dark, but once it dries, it kind of evens out? Like this looks massively dark, but it'll look better once it dries. Oh, were you and Renee hanging out? That's fun. How cool is that? Like on the internet that you just, you know, within safety reasons, obviously. You know, I grew up when the internet was coming out, and so I have all of the, you know, horror stories of meeting people on the internet. So there's a part of internet safety that, you know, still freaks me out. But it's cool to me that within the community that you have found, you know, similar living locations and building friendships and all that. It's awesome. Yeah, my conversation has been all over the place tonight. But you know what? It's color and chat. That's what we do. We chat about weird things sometimes. Welcome back, Kara. She took over my stream. Ah, that'll do it. Okay. Wait, were you... I know Tanya was on. Were you on today? Am I just like totally out of it? Like a lot of times if I'm doing stuff like with the kids and I can't really, you know, sit down and watch, I will, you know, just lurk and hang out, but I don't think I got a notification for you. Oh, last Monday. Oh, okay. I got you. Oh, now I understand the conversation from whoever stream it was. Was it Angela's? I don't remember. Now I get it though. That makes more sense. Chat room talking to a fellow who ironically had an office across the street from my apartment complex, so we went out to lunch. Oh, I love that. Okay. So, I mean, if you're curious about Galaxy, this is what I do when I do it. I'm back and forth a lot, but also at the same time, staying aware of how much water I'm adding to the paper. Oh, nice, Alex. But it's pretty wet right now, so before I add anything else, because I feel like I almost don't want it quite as vibrant as it is, or I want to darken it up. Like, I could fiddle with this for easily another hour, like, no problem. But what I will do when we're all done, the stars are going to get outlined in the silver pen touch pen, and then I will probably use the white acrylic paint pen to add like little dots to make it look more like a star. The trick to making it look like stars in a galaxy and not snow is to cluster your dots. Now I'm just going to use the silver one because I have it on hand here. Okay, so let's say this is your background, okay? So you may think, here, we'll put it in half here, okay? So you may think, oh, it's a galaxy. Let's just do dots all over the place. That looks like snow or polka dots. The trick to doing galaxy with stars is to do your stars in clusters. So maybe do a slightly bigger one and, you know, kind of do one that trails down, or do one here with just two out over here, do one here. If you have a big enough space, you can kind of do like a little plus. It looks funny here because we're just doing it on a sticky note, but the idea is you do clusters of stars, you know, maybe do a couple around there rather than just all over the place, because then it just looks like snow. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Yeah, I've had that before too. Like even if it was like a date or something and like we went out and I was just like, well, this nothing about this clicked. Oh, it was nice. Right, it's so shiny. Yeah, it's the Pen Touch silver. I don't know, but it's a yeah, just Secura Pen Touch silver, but it's the 0.7 millimeters. The one, I'll show you the difference. I've got one pen that is a 1.0, and even the nib is completely different. Okay, so this one came in an art box. This is a 1.0. They call it a fine point. This one is the extra fine point. So the one that you want that's like the silver and the gold that I use is the extra fine point. Let's get this in focus here. Okay, so this one, Tanya, if you want, I have a link for it in my stories because I use the gold one. Okay, so let's do this so you can see closer. There we go. Okay, so sorry for the shakiness. It is what it is. This is the extra fine point. The difference. Thank you, Angela. This is the difference. It's almost like it's a completely different nib. So this one has a metal tip. This one is like a fiber nib. It's still fine, but you can see there is just a massive difference in the size of it. So for me personally, for what I use these pens for, the 0.7 is the one you want. But yeah, this is the Pen Touch brand, and I said it earlier, if you are sensitive to smells, it's not a really strong scent. Yeah, it's a massive difference. It's not a really strong scent, but these do have a bit of a scent. So if you are sensitive to, thank you, it's a black sparkle one. It's called Party Bus. If you are sensitive to smells, I would not recommend these for you. I would go with regular paint pens, but I do like how shiny it gets. I used the gold one on this page. You see that? Like the way I took the picture, I didn't even need to color like a special gold because the page was kind of crumply from the watercolor, so it showed a good thing. You can see just how shiny it is. It's amazing. But yeah, there's that. This needs to be so much darker. Let's grab the gray blue. How are we doing on time? 10:21? We'll go till 10:30 and then do our little words on stream. So yeah, let's get the gray blue. And how do I want to do this? We're going to, it's dry right now, so we can venture out. Now, keep in mind that if you are wetting your pencil and doing it this way, it is going to weaken the lead. So if you've been wetting it and you decide, oh, I want to go ahead and color with it, this is going to be really weak and soft. You're going to want to make sure that it's going to A, be dried completely, or B, if you've used it enough that you have created a really, really thin lead, give it a good sharpen before it's thick enough to use again. Okay, so I want to go over with this gray blue a little bit and darken this up quite a bit because let's be honest, although nebulas are bright, I want to have some of this kind of, oh, that's too much. We need more water. More water. There we go. I know it looks really dark now, but again, once it dries, it will not be this dark. Okay. And I'm just using the palette. I think exclamation point palette will give you the link for this ceramic palette. I like it a lot. I use it for watercolors. I don't use it as much for acrylics because I tend to get messier with acrylics, but for the watercolors, it's marvelous. Marvelous. Okay, let's go here. And I'm bringing that out just a little bit more because I want to darken this up a bit. Having all the colors underneath that we already did is kind of giving it an undertone. Now, I want to show you something here. I might lift the book for it so that you can see. Oh, cool. Thanks, Ev. Yeah, I heard a notification go off, but I didn't see the preview before it went down. Okay, so do you see now how the color is separating? You see the little white bits in here? This is a sign, if you haven't felt it, this is a sign that your paper is starting to break down. So something to watch for. Now I'm not going to add any more water to this section until I can dry it. So when you are, using watercolor in your coloring books, be aware of how your paper is holding up to it because it would be so easy to just shred a hole in it and then you're just like, okay, well now what do I do? Right? It would be so fun, Deborah. I saw that Arteza was at a coloring supplies convention this week, and I was like, oh, I'm telling you, if that was in Houston, I probably would have gone. Like, easily. That would have been a blast. I mean, it's not necessarily a coloring convention, but hello. On art supplies, I would probably spend way too much money. Way too much money. So much for my save it up so I don't feel guilty about spending money on myself. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Am I the only one that feels that way? I don't know. Maybe it's because, you know, I'm married and I got kids, and every time like I spend money on myself, I'm like, or I could spend it on the kids. I don't know. It's that mom guilt, man. It's real. Again, it's not that I'm not allowed to spend money. I just enjoy it less when I'm just like, you know? But if I save for it, then I'm okay. Okay. All the time? Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not alone. That mom guilt, man, it's real. Don't get me wrong, though. It's the exact opposite with my kids. Like, you know, little Steve, he's been sick and miserable and everything. And I told Steve, I'm like, I'm going to go get him a present. You know, I will spend it in a heartbeat on my children. I have no problem convincing myself that my children need this. But, you know, I try to convince myself that I need something. I'm like, do you really need that? I'm like, no, my kids. It was like, just all the things. I know. It's hard getting past that mental block. It's like people that are like strongly dog people. They make those posts and jokes that like, you know, like just toss a little money at the dog thing. Like, it's like for the dogs? Heck yes. All right, let's dry this. I think I'm almost okay with this. Enough that we can do some stars on here so you can get an idea. Because I can always move around the stars if I really want to add more to it. But we need to dry it completely before we start doing that. Right? No, you don't. Like, you love seeing the joy. Now, obviously, I don't want to spoil my kids, but see something love and wind up leaving it on the rack because I think, where will I wear this? I know, right? There are some women that I follow on Instagram that their whole thing on Instagram is they wear vintage stuff all the time. They wear beautiful dresses, heels all the time. Their hair is always like in this gorgeous like 40s style, very coiffed. Like it's just, they look gorgeous and fantastic. And here I am like in my leggings. I would love to dress like them, but I think I would still feel like weird going out in like full 40s regalia, you know, like it would be fun, but I like it, Kim. I like it. But it's just like on one hand, I'm like, oh, that'd be so fun. But on the other hand, I'd be like, you know, I look at the skirts and the dresses in my closet, and I'm just like, well, I can't wear a skirt to the post office. What's the point in that? I think I just need to like suck it up. Grocery store run, full ball gown. I'm doing it. Full hair and makeup. Going to get some, you know, fish from the meat department. Tuxedo. All right. So we're gonna give this section of the pages a break. Now I can feel that this is rougher. I don't feel any spots too much where it pilled up, but something to also keep in mind, unless you have it taped down or something, you are going to get some crimping. Oh, I forgot I did that side. Oh well, it's not blending through. I already took a picture of it. But you will get some crimping on the paper. So things to keep in mind. All right, let's use this silver on some of these stars, and then let's use the white to create some stars, or you know, stars more in the distance. Okay, so this is still only a 0.7. It's not super tiny, so I need to be careful and not put too much pressure when I do it. So I'm just kind of doing light little flicks so I can get as thin a line as possible to go over those stars. And when I do the clouds, I will probably do a white outline. Now, I have a question for you. And while I'm doing these stars, I'm gonna put a poll in there. I am assuming, because I think I kind of would like to also, do we want to continue this page on another day? The next stream is gonna be the birthday stream, so maybe we can do it on Friday. I don't know, I have so many work in progresses. Like, we can keep going with this one, absolutely. So, do we want to continue with this page on another stream? Question mark. And the options are yes, no, And bananas. No, I'm just kidding. All right, put your vote in so I can figure out where to put this on the schedule, because I think it would be fun to finish it. But if you guys are only curious how to do the background and then you're like, all right, peace out, we can also do that. But yeah, drop your little vote in and we'll see. My 30s, I used to wear dresses all the time, usually mid-calf length with the petticoat underneath. Yeah, now I put on my best sweats to go to the door. Right, exactly. No, I love the idea of like two just below the knee, petticoat, like, oh no, that one went a little wild. That's okay. My shaky hand slipped. Probably doesn't help that I had 6 o'clock coffee, but it's all right. We're still, you know, doing it. Paul found a paintbrush and he's knocking it around the floor now. Paul, honey, that's not yours. His ears are twitching back at me. I know he can hear me. Go. Oh, 96%. Yes, I love that. Oh, I can believe that. All right, where did I put? I thought I had left a white paint. No, maybe I did. Grab this. There we go. All right, we are going to. Which one do we want to use? Let's use kind of a. Let's see. Let's use this one. Thanks, Leslie. It's his now. Oh no, it absolutely is. It's no longer mine. What's mine is his, and what's his is his. That's how it works, right? Thanks, Julie. You know, somebody sent me a video after that. I think it was through the email. I'll have to look. But it was another way to do the reverse. We're getting a lot of glare here. To do the reverse coloring book, and it was like with shading and stuff. I want to give that a shot. I think it looks really cool. I'll have to find the video again and share it like in Discord or something. Okay, hang on. We're gonna get this white down. Okay, so when I know that this is ready to use, boop, there we go. Let's get this in focus. All right, so do you see this is like really white and I'm thinking, oh, it's good to go. And then I draw a line and it kind of soaks into the sticky note. It is not ready to use it, which means I need to shake it some more or prime it some more. So we're gonna give it some more shake and then we're gonna prime it a bit more. So shaky, 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 shaky. Shaky, shaky. Isn't that a commercial or something? One of the, oh, what's the commercial with the insurance where the guy who, he's like, his name is Chaos or something, or, oh, you know, he's always got like band-aids and bruises and cuts on his face. What is the name of that character on the commercial? Shake, wait, see? My motto is, what's yours is mine, what's mine is my own. There you go. All right, let's try that again. Almost there. And so that's the trick to these white ones, especially if it hasn't come down too much. Probably should have grabbed one that I had already shook and primed ready. Come on. Just gotta have patience, I suppose. Okay, I'm grabbing another one. I don't have time for this. It works, I swear. You just gotta shake it a while. Or I'm telling you guys gotta do, and I'm like, I don't want to wait for it. All right, shaking it again. There we go. That's coming together a bit better. Woo, that's a lot. You good? I think we're good. Yeah, there we go. That's nice and bright. See that? There we go. So it works. Just gotta be patient. Also, make sure that I'm not dumping a bunch of white stuff all over. Okay, so for the stars in the galaxy, like I said, we're getting a little bit of a reflection. I can always get a better picture. Paul, sir. Excuse me, sir. That wall is not... Excuse me, sir. That wall is not your scratching post. I don't think so. When he wants attention, he does that where he like stands up, drags his claws down the wall. Okay, so this is still kind of light, so the white isn't standing out as much, but you get the idea. I still might go in with this, and I don't think I'm gonna do too many stars because I think I'm gonna add more watercolor. Once this is on here, the watercolor will actually go over it. So it shouldn't affect it too much. You could still kind of change it. Ideally, I try to save it to the end, but I want it dark enough that these white ones stand out a bit more. So let's zoom in a little bit so you can kind of see what I was doing. We're gonna tilt this because we're getting a lot of shine. Okay, so you see how there's white on there, but it just doesn't stand out. That tells me I definitely want to darken this up. So again, I could spend easily another hour and a half on this section alone. Like, it takes a while. You ain't sick when you get there, right? I know. Ugh, I had to go get blood work done today, but I was so impressed. They had me in and out of there in like less than 5 minutes. So yeah, it may not seem like we got much done, but the fact of the matter is, when you do a sky that is this involved, it's going to take a while. And part of it is you just have to be patient and slow down and just enjoy the process. All right, so we have 30 votes, 93% say yes, so we're rolling with it. We will continue this on another day. And what I might do is, now that we spent so much time with the background, I'll finish the rest of the galaxy background, and then what we can do when we come back is like start on some of the clouds, do some of the balloons. But as it is, the next stream on Wednesday, that'll be birthday stream. So we're gonna color a birthday cake. We're gonna have all the work in progress. Someday we will finish a page on stream. But you know what? That's just coloring. We're gonna color what we want to color and call it good, right? All right, so let's get our words on stream pulled up here. We're gonna log in. If I do it beforehand, that's when it gets glitchy. So I gotta do it at the end here. All right, we're gonna grab our link. You know what, Ev? That's actually not a terrible idea. I have so many. Like, I worry that people will be bored if I revisit it, but it's not a terrible idea, honestly, because I got a pile of them. Just be a month of whips. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, I actually kind of like that idea. Okay, let's go ahead. Fingers crossed here. I think it's looking good. There we go. Okay, let's see. Level 1, so no fake letters, no hidden letters. I'm gonna go with boxers. Like underpants. Or, wait, no, boxers as in guys who box. That's what it is. It's bad that I saw boxers and went to underpants. I don't know. Hello, I'm Emily, and I say underpants many times on a live stream. I bet YouTube just loves that. You guys love me. Except for that one person that's watching and goes, you're all right. Oh my goodness. I feel like oxes. No, oxes, it would be oxen, wouldn't it? What about bows? B-O-S-E. Oh, wait, Shannon did bows. Okay, what about B-O... let's see. Bore, sober... What about S-O-X-S? Oh no, wait, there's only one S. Never mind. Ignore me. And I put a B in there, so that word makes no sense whatsoever. Bore... B-O-X-E? Just throwing that out there, Bokes. All right, so we have 2 4-letter words. The last one could start with an R or an S. What about S-O-B-E? Isn't that the name of a juice drink, like Sobe or Sobe? I feel like that used to be a drink. Let's see, R-O-E-S? Oh no, we already did that. Robs? No, we didn't. Bros! I like it. Gosh, I really hope they update this someday to show you the words that you missed. That would be amazing. Sorb! Patty, nice! What the heck is sorb? Sorbet? I know that one. Ooh, Renee, #1 spot. Very nice. All right. Oh, rattle. Woo! Oh, and ladder, Megan, nice. Let's see. Rate, R-A-T-E. Ooh, tater. What about tater? Like potato. Tater. Tater tots.
here. Nice. Look at us. Already reached the goal. Good job. If you are new this evening, first of all, I am amazed that you stuck around because I'm completely nuts. So thank you. Also, this is a game we like to play at the end called Words on Stream. If you want to join in the fun, all you have to do is put in your word guesses in chat and it will register them on the game. Our goal is to, well, reach the goal. The highest level we've gotten to is 27. If you have a lock next to your name, that means that you cannot guess a new word until it unlocks. Sometimes it's important to be in live chat because it gives you the true of, you know, who put a word in first. That being said, sometimes I'll put in a word and on my screen it'll show the person after me and yet they still got it before me. So it's just the way the game is. And, you know, we're working as a team here. So let's see. What about, yep, tear. Did we do Tate? Maybe Tate. But yeah, it's just a fun little, I always say wind down, but we don't wind down. We wind up when we play this game. Also, I had coffee. Let's see. To aider. No, that's not a word. Let's see. Tear, teal, tart. I like it. Oh, what about T-A-R-T-E, tart? Tart with an E. No? Oh, come on, that's totally a word. Rip. Oh well, we got the goal, so we're good. We're good. We usually do 2 rounds of it too, so it's super fun. It's kind of nice because you can't really play the game on your own. So when we do live stream, it's the only time we can really play because you need a large group of people because, you know, you can only make like 5 correct guesses and that'll never get you to the full thing all the way, you know, to the higher levels. Let's see, stool. What about loots? Is that it? Ah, Ev! Okay, well, there's another 5-letter word. So, tools. Nice, Glee. I like it. Also, you just get my super fun commentary while we're doing it. You guys were so fast. You don't even need me. All right, Megan and Natalie, very nice. #1 spots. You guys are amazing. You busted that one out so fast. Okay, this one, it gets a little bit harder. Now there is a fake letter. So, let's see. Barney, that's a proper name. The scoring is like Scrabble. You notice the little numbers down at the bottom right-hand side. That's how your words get added up. And so it's the same kind of rules where, you know, no proper names, no proper nouns, that kind of thing. Let's see, Baron has 2 R's. Have we figured out, oh, the I. The I is gonna be the fake letter. So what would be, I mean, obviously there's Barney, but that wasn't it. So, Nervy. Brainy with an AE. Brainy with an EY. Nearby! Oh, Patty, you're so smart. I was not even within that realm of thought. I wonder if that first 4-letter word starts with an A. Yearn, Deborah, nice. What about E-A-R-Y? Eerie. I know Eerie is spelled with 2 E's, but you know. Nary, a 1 word have I accomplished. What about Ayer, A-Y-E-R? I feel like that's a word. Okay, what about A-R-N-E? Arby's. Arby. Buyer. Okay. Bairn in Scottish, but that uses the I. And it's 5 letters. Bane! No A words. Look at you guys. We cleared the board. That's going to be a skip 3 levels. Level 12 Patty. #1 spot on both. Holy heck, but Megan is close behind as well as Deborah. Very nice. All right, there is a fake letter. This is level 12. So, I'm going to guess the J is the fake letter. Furio. That's totally a word. Forum. Okay. Huh. We haven't used the J yet. I think we've used everything but the J. So yeah, the J is the fake letter. Oh, just 4. Inform. Nice, F. What other letter wasn't the U? Oh, uniform. I'm locked out. The word is uniform. Deborah, yay. Nice. Okay, so what about, let's see, maybe some more F letters? Well, we reached our goal, so we've at least got that. Iron. Oh, minor. Megan, you're so good. Let's see. Mourn. Or I see the word mourn. I don't know if anybody watched Cheers. Mourn. Or no, it's mourn. It's mourn? Oh no, I'm thinking Star Trek. And the Star Trek character was based off the character from Cheers. And he always hung out. It was on Deep Space Nine. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'm digressing. Did we do forum? Yeah, we did forum. North. That's totally a word. Mound? Mori? Nori. Oh, isn't Nori a word? I feel like Nori's a word. There's like a type of sushi, isn't it? And I really have to stretch my brain when I do these. I should have more coffee. Skip 2 levels. Very nice. I'll bring us to level 14. Megan and Ev. Very nice. All right, so there's a hidden letter and a fake letter. So there's a possibility for ing. I'm gonna try ring. Ring, okay, so R-I-N-G, they work. So that leaves the E, O, and the H for the fake letter. Rain, R-E-I-G-N. That would clear the E. Hinge, okay, that clears the O. The O is the fake letter. So, we could try the word rough. Maybe it's a U. R-O-U-G-H. Oh, Shannon tried rough. Okay, so what do you say? It's the O. What about hinge? I-N-G-E. Oh no, wait, Alex already did hinge. Okay, so no O. So what would hinge be? But there's an R and another one. What could you do? I-N-G, herring. Maybe it's another R. It is! It's another R! Second R. Let's see, hanger. I don't know what that is, but I'm down with it. Okay, so it's another R, no O. We have not reached the goal yet, so no, grow. Oh, I know it's kind of a gross word, but groin. I don't know if they'll accept it. Ooh, I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. And it didn't accept it anyway. That's okay. Oh, because it's the O. Oh, I said a bad word with no point to it. Range. Oh, guys, that was rough. Nay. Oh, nay. Yeah, we did it! Yay! Good job, guys. I know it. I know. I said a bad word for no reason whatsoever. I gravely apologize to all ears who had to hear me say that word. I really want that to be Ovaltine, but there's not nearly enough words for it. Okay, but hidden letter and fake letter. Oval is clear. What about full? Okay, the F is the fake letter. So 2 O's, the V, the A, the L, the N. Maybe it's an E. I'll try novel. Okay, no E. Okay. So no F. I feel like it's staring me right in the face. What is it? It's Steve playing too. Steve, come play. I want to say Avalon. That's what stuck in my head. Oval. Volcano! Bird lady! Nice! Can we do Vulcan? Is that like a volcanologist? Okay, Coal, nice. We did Lone, cool. What you got, Steve?
F is fake.
F is fake, yep.
Nova.
Nova. Wait, what was the...
Loon.
Oh, it was a C. It was a C.
Coon, like a raccoon.
Oh, yeah, coon. Colon! Nice. Oh, we met our goal. Yes. Okay, Steve, stay here and play with us, please. Clan! Nice. Really missed 2 on that one. That was good. Good job, guys. Skip 2 levels. That brings us up to level 17. Megan, very nice. Megan, we're tied. Okay, hidden letter and fake letter. Brother. I'm gonna try brother. Maybe it's an E. Or no, that's too many R's. Never mind. 2 H's. Let's try booth. Oh yeah, it's only 5-letter words and up, so don't do 4-letter words. Okay, so what about broth? Maybe it's only one of the O's? Nope, okay. Maybe it's an H. We could try about though. It's a G. It's a G. Oh, what about bow? Definitely pet on the page. Wind is not my friend. Grout.
Through?
What?
Through?
Through? Yeah, I think the B is the fake letter.
Thorough.
Thorough. Oh, somebody do thorough. Thorough. I can't spell. Thorough. Megan, nice. Okay. Oh, rough. R-O-U-G-H. Rough. Okay, what about
Tough.
tough? Tough is correct. Trough. Someone do tough. There we go, Kathleen. Nice. All right. What about? Oh, we met our goal, so that's good, guys. We're gonna be. I think we're gonna be at like level 19. I think at least. Huh. What? Oh. Let's see. Steve was chuckling because I gave him one of the Paul stickers to put on his desk, so every time he sits down, he sees it and chuckles. Ooh, those last 2 were hard. Whoop, drop my hot glue gun. So if you're curious, I don't know if you can see on the little one. Little camera, let's see. It's this one here. Wait for it to catch up. All right, continue. Oh yeah, there we go. We can see it now. Anyway, it's this one. This one's a holographic one. I'll definitely put a small run of those in the shop just for the hay of it. Okay, the answers are hidden now. So if somebody gets a word, be sure to look in chat. Refuse did not go through. Oh, Megan. Megan did. What did Megan do? Thou? No. Hold on, what is she? Megan B did thou and furnace.
Only 5 letters.
Oh, cures. Megan did cures. Okay, so I'm gonna try scrub. Scrub. Oh, Megan B did nurse. Okay, so I think the F is the fake letter. Kelsey and Gleechy. Kelsey did cruise. Glee did curse. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so the F is the fake letter. Did we figure out what the hidden letter is? Have we used that yet? Cruise, curse, fuse. Oh, cursive. That would have been good. Ooh, Alex did ruins. Okay. Scorn? Try Secure. That would have been good, Steve. Oh man. Oh, it's W. What is Rens? What is it? Screw. As in we're screwed. Oh no, someone get one more word. Oh no. We're 1 point off sinking list hits. Oh, we were so close. So close. Okay, we're gonna do one more round. One more round. Oh, unscrew. Would that have been it? So close, Kelsey. Whew. That was rough, guys. That was rough. Let's see. The word right. Level 1's always nice and easy. Let's see. Writ, W-R-I-T. Nice, Deborah. See, grit. With, W-I-T-H. With. Yes. Ow! I just hit my elbow. Oh my goodness. White girth. Let's see. Grit. Oh, girt. Trig. Twig. So the next one's either going to start with a T or a W. Oh, whir. W-H-I-R. Nice. Look at that. Clear the board. Alrighty, continue. I am using my shanty cup today. Ooh, buckle. I was drinking, but there we go, Megan. Beck, bulk, blue. Oh, clue, a clue. Oh, Alex, you're so good. Luck. How about buck? Let's see. Clue. Bueller. Kelsey. For, a tire. That's all that is. Then you guys are done. Good job. Cleared the board. Evelyn, #1 spot for both. Nice. Blowing us out of the water here. Let's see. Okay, there is a fake letter. That's a lot of letters. I'm just going to go with gate because I know that's a word. Gate. Ev, you always get that one. I'm almost disappointed if you don't get that one. Okay, so that cleared a lot of letters. Nothing has used a double E yet. My instinct says the fake letter is a P. Oh, I know what it is. Baguette. It's the air horn. I'm not obnoxious at all. I blame the coffee. Okay, so the P is fake. Beat. Let's see. Did we establish if Tate was a word? Tate. Oh, beat. No, we already got beat. We got gate. Oh, tuba. There we go. A bet. Nice. Gosh, there's a 6-letter word and there's a bunch of 5-letter words. Oh, butte. B-U-T-T-E. Butte. Ooh, shouldn't be cracked my nails. Or not nails. Knuckles. Sorry about that. No one wants to hear that. A butt. Oh no! I just thought of taking one for the team, guys. Taking one for the team. It did not accept it. I apologize to anyone in chat. Oh dear. I have the humor of a 12-year-old and I apologize. But hey, we did it. We got our goal. We're good. right? Somebody's got to type it. We're all curious about it, but somebody's got to type it. One of these days, I'll make a list of words that words on stream does not allow. Let's see. Fake letter, no hidden letter. Okay, so case. I'm gonna do soda. Cascade, bird lady, nice. Okay, so that is no O. There is no O. The O is the fake letter. So let's see. Aces. Oh, aced with a D. Yeah, Steve. Word stealer.
Back to that, he said.
Cased. Case. No O. Aces, no bars. Cads, you cad. I feel like I should choose one of the obscure words and make that like my word of the day. I guess that would only work if we did this at the beginning of the day. So Wednesdays. Let's see. 2 5-letter words, 2 4-letter words. Like Deca. No, because it would go before the, okay, so maybe another D-A-E-S. D-A-C-A. Is that a word? Could be a word. Daces. Nice. What is a dace? The first one could be, oh, it's a fish.
Yeah, we'll cross it.
Oh, that's right. See, I'm wondering if the 5-letter word starts with an A. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's another C. I don't know, man. A-C-C-E-S. There's another S. It could be access. Either way, we got our goal, so we're good. Skip 2 levels. That'll bring us to level 11. All right, continue, Kelsey. Very nice. There's a fake letter. I'm gonna go on a limb and say that it's the X, but I'm just guessing because I do not see a word immediately that uses the other 6 letters. Let's do port. Pant, nice. Port works. Tarn, okay, it is officially tarnation. It's officially the X is the fake letter. So apron, part, rant. I love it when a bunch of them show up at the same time. Something very satisfying about that. Trap, patron, trap. Patron, okay, so part, no, on part, on trap, trappin', no idea. On trap, the Von Trapp family dancers. Oh, Tarpin, nice. No, wait, they weren't family dancers, they were family singers. Let's see. But Noda, is Noda a word? Oh, it is a word. No idea what it means. Yay me. Let's see. Apro. Don't even know. Atom. If it was an M, it could be atom. Wrapped. Oh, okay. Oh, what about rapport? No, that's 2 R's. Never mind. Very nice. Roan. Look at that all before. That'll get us, I think, 2 levels. Oh, yeah. Rapport. Oh, there's 2 P's in rapport? Level 13. Onward and Yonward. The Onward and Yonward is from Nature Cat, which is PBS Kids, which is one of the shows that the kids watch. Not wash. I swear, I was not having... Used to watch, yeah. It is not an Irish coffee. It was regular coffee. Furious, Megan, very nice. So the G is the fake letter, and it's another U. It's another U. So no G. What about surf? Yay! Let's see, hours. We already did hours. Fours. Furio. Not a word. Furs. There you go. Huh. What is that sixth letter? So... Huh. Rufus? I mean, I've heard the name Rufus. Yeah, very nice, but I have no idea what that means. Rufus, maybe? Okay, hidden letter and fake letter. Like I want to guess the V, but sometimes it throws me. I'm just gonna type votes. Rufus.
Reddish brown in color.
Oh, if I ever make my own pencil set, I'm gonna make sure that word gets in there.
Words are scarlet, vermilion, ruby, cherry, cerise, cardinal, karma.
Okay, well, next color pencil set I get, I want them to have the word Rufus in it. Bloss. So what about, I was gonna guess solvent, but if B is correct, bolts, stole,
Probably not the B. It would be.
yeah, no, because, yeah, no, everything else has been cleared. It's not the V. Bottle. Oh, bottles! Wait, Steve, how did you get both?
I think I did one right at the end of it.
Oh, look at him, Trixie. Okay, so, what about, oh wait, so what is it? It's another T? Totes, my goats. Let's see. Stole. Oh no, we already did stole. Soats. No, wait, that's too many S's. Oh, no, lost is only 4 letters. Did blots. That's rough. But we got it. We got barely, but we got it. Oh, Lobes, bird lady, nice. Getting us squarely in the next level. Skip 2 levels. That actually word probably gave us skip 2 levels rather than skip 1. Nice. All right, level 18, hidden letter and fake letter. No 4-letter words, only 5-letter words and up. And I'm gonna go with onions. No onions. Wow, okay, what about station? Maybe it's another T. Okay. Maybe it's the N. Okay, what about notion? No, that's too many N's. Okay, what about action? Maybe it's a C? Oh, snap, this is hard. Snoot! I like it. Okay, so that clears, oh, tunes! That clears those letters. We still question the I's and the A's. Potions. Okay.
It's a P.
Oh yeah, the hidden letter is a P. Okay. So spoon points, nice. Spoon, this could clear position. Yeah, we're nice. Poison. See, we're getting it. Okay, so no A. No A. Okay, so if it's a P, oh, piston. Oh no, Steve, you already got piston. Pintos. Okay, regular pinto. Singular. There we go. All right, we're getting it. So the other 3 in the middle, we know at least start with the letter P. So, Oh, posit. P-O-S-I-T. Can I do that one? Posit? Oh no, Patty already did posit. Oh yes, Bird Lady! Getting us to our goal. Option. Oh, options. Options! Steve! Ah, yes, you got it. Although you're like on my screen, you're two down from me. Rude. Bird Lady, number 1 in that one. Nice. All right, the words are hidden now, so look for your answers in chat. Okay, so no. Okay, so nothing shorter than 5 letters. 4 letters won't count. Mute T. I'm just gonna see if there's an S. Teams. Oh, Micah, Emmett. Minutia, that one, but Gleechy, inmate. It's an N. It's an N. Oh, animate. Animate. No? And how would it be? Oh, to imitate? No, because it's an N. That's not right. I thought it was sure gonna be. Okay, Patty, anime. Anime. Okay, so wait, what's the fake letter? It's the Emmett. The A. Is it the U? Steven, we use the U.
I don't know.
I think it's the U. Okay, so, but it's an N. So,
We cut over minutes.
minute. Minute.
That didn't work.
Yeah, so yeah, it's the U. Tim, meh. Anime, Emmett, inmate. Timian. Ah. I was thinking that the whole time. Okay, so if you have seen, what is that? The 3rd Back to the Future movie? Okay, the 3rd Back to the Future movie. Mary Steenburgen? She plays, yeah, Steenburgen. She plays the love interest for Doc. Also, good job, guys. We did good. She plays the love interest for Doc. And there is a scene where they're on a train and she's trying to like grab Doc or something, but oh, that's really loud. But when she does it, she's yelling his name and she goes, Emmett! And so when somebody typed Emmett, that's what I heard. Oh, meantime. Oh, Kelsey, that absolutely was it. See it? Anyway, what time is it? It's 11:12. Holy heck, we went so late. And look, we got this done. So if anybody's watching this back and she goes, wow, she did not get very much done. No, I got a lot done. It just takes a long time to do this. So I'll work on the other side. Next week's going to be the birthday stream. We'll see how everything lays out, but we're going to work on this again at some point. And whenever we do, I'll be caught up on the rest of the sky back here. We'll do clouds and balloon and house. We're going to get it done. Anyway, thank you everyone for hanging out. Thanks for being here. This was super fun. Have a fantastic weekend. We are going to be hunkering down and trying to get little Steve all better. I'll see you next week. The next stream is going to be Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. U.S. Central Time, and it's going to be the birthday stream. We're going to have a birthday stream. Anyway. Yeah, there's a Paul sticker. These will go up at some point. When I do the next shop update, I'll make sure that some of the Pauls get up there.
What we call that one?
Which one?
Oh, it's a holographic Paul, so it's a...
Oh yeah, it's Paulographic. All right. But yeah, next week, birthday stream, we're going to color the birthday picture. I'm going to be the big 3-7. I'm officially in my late 30s. Anyway, all right, everyone. 37 again. Woo! All right, everyone, have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see y'all next week. All right? I'll talk to you later. Keep being awesome. Bye.